Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Had a bit of a hard time getting things running this morning. In the chat, I see Joe, gotta love Thailand, and Steve. How you guys doing today? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I was had a hard time getting the computer up and running this morning because I had moved the audio interface and it wasn't kicking in right away. So I had to like reboot real quick. And so I was probably ready to go at like 7:56, and it actually didn't kick on until like 8, and then I had to jump back into StreamYard. So thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. How's everyone doing this morning? Let me jump down here. All right. Everything looks good. And let me just check it on ye old phone. Just hope you like the nude pic. Yeah, everyone loves nude pics, Joe. So actually, I'm gonna wait to. So this morning I got a package from Joe that I am gonna be unboxing, but I'm gonna wait a few minutes for Jib to get back. So I thought I'd just jump on and talk shit while I can. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything ramped up. I need to make sure I'm seeing the. I need to make sure that I am seeing the actual comments. So that's why I've been opening up my phone, because from where I'm set up with this laptop, I don't have the dual screens to ensure it. Because if on my old setup on the desk, I have the two screens so I can jump on both sides. But here on the laptop, I need to make sure that I'm focused in on the one screen. So let me just jump in. Let me just jump in on this real quick. There are of me. Sorry. Well, I don't know. You at what age, Joe? Right? A young Joe P, or are they a current Joe P? I mean, where do they fall? Because that makes a difference. Do you guys have a good weekend? So after the live stream that we did Sunday morning our time, Saturday evening your time, Jib and I went out and did some fabric sourcing at a place called 863. We put a vlog together of that. That'll actually drop Monday night EST about 10 p.m. No, sorry, Monday morning EST, Monday night Thailand, about 10 p.m. And so it's pretty cool. It's a long one, but we really go through like the whole process of going to this one shop and jumping in there. So Mike be with us? I don't know. Mike, if you're out there, hit me up on a line. I'll shoot you a link. I had sent him a link on Sunday to come by, and he so I sent him a link on Sunday to pop over, and he ended up not being able to do it. But there we go. I got the comments up. So I sent him the link on Sunday to be able to come by and hang out, but he ended up losing track of time, and we only did the 2 hours, so he wasn't able to make it. He did send me a message, though. I saw it, where he said that Wednesday we're planning to be back in action for Bangkok Strange. He thinks he'll be able to get through an episode. As you guys know, he's tweaked his back. And so pretty much the worst thing with a tweaked back is sitting for prolonged periods of time. And that's the one thing I don't want him to do, is to like come over and sit and like not be able to be comfortable and hurt himself even more. So that's a big reason why we're on hiatus. So he said Wednesday he thinks he'll be good. He's got a very good chiropractic regimen going on right now, so he's really getting his back taken care of, and he feels like he's in the right space. And that would be great, because I'd love to get back to doing Bangkok Strange. I have a ton of fun doing that, and I'd like to start recording episodes again. I was talking to Joe actually online last night, and I showed him that we've got my Dapper Villains podcast is actually, we broke the top 200 in fashion and beauty podcasts for the US, top 40 in Germany, top 100 in UK. So, doing great. Your Cleveland Browns kick off in 10 minutes against their arch rival Pittsburgh Steelers. I wouldn't call them my Cleveland Browns. Well, I did live in Cleveland. I wasn't a big sports fan. I've been to a Browns game, and I will say that Browns fans are pretty crazy. I actually think more people hang out in the parking lot during the games than actually go into the stadiums, and they tailgate even in the middle of winter. I remember the game I went to, a guy had a bus painted brown and orange, and out of the back of the bus it opened up, and it was just all barbecue stuff, and he had like deep fryers going out in the parking lot, a speaker system, and there's all people like that. Wouldn't be uncommon to see vans set up for tailgating. And I know that the Steelers are like the arch rivals, because I remember seeing quite a few people like argue with Steelers fans. And football was never my game. You think I gotta love Thailand? You think I blocked you? What's going on? Where do you think I blocked you? Because I see your comments. So, oh, just LOL. You messing with me? I did not block you, my friend. I promise. You're not blocked here. Okay. I was like, what's going on? But I've probably been to more Cavs games than anything else when I lived in Cleveland. Probably, actually, the most sports games I've ever been to are probably Cavs games, because we had a suite at the Q, which is the Cavs stadium. However, I was there when LeBron was not, so I got to see LeBron play in the Q, just not as a Cav. I saw him play as I was at Miami Heat at the time, and but I remember the first Cavs game I ever went to was the first game that they had won after setting the record for the longest losing streak in NBA history. And you would have thought they just won the championship. I remember there was a car on fire in the parking garage when we left the game. And like Cavs fans, Cleveland sports fans in general, they take this like super seriously. They love sports. I thought it was hilarious that, they were so excited that they won this one game. It was the first game in like almost 30 that they had won. And it was just a huge celebration. There were fights in the stadium before people even got outside. But yeah, I've been to, I don't know, maybe like 50 Cavs games over the few years that I lived there. I've been to a bunch of Indian games as well. I actually got to play baseball on the Cleveland Indians field in their stadium. It was like a corporate thing, they rent out the stadium for people. Um, they rent out the game to companies so that employees can play. And I think I was talking about this I think it was on a live stream here before, or maybe we were talking about it on Bangkok Strange, and my buddy Josh, Suburban Beard, was on. He was at the game as well. At the time, me and one of the salespeople kind of had like a little beef going on, and we were on opposite teams. And I was on first base, and someone hit a ball out into like the outfield. I was running to second base, and he actually jumped on the base to catch the ball, and I just trucked right into him and knocked him off the base. He went flying backwards and actually flipped over 2 times, and popped up. And I thought for a minute we were gonna scuffle, if you would. We were gonna engage in fisticuffs to be more gentlemanly. However, it did not. It did not happen in that regard. Oh, Joe, you got money on the game tonight. Okay. I'm not a big sports gambler. It has never been my thing. Because I'm a little dark. Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab one of my lights so I can pop that on, brighten up my picture a little. Jib should be here in a few minutes as well. She just ran off to grab vegetables. So when Jib gets back, we're gonna unbox Joe's thing. Give me 30 seconds to get my light. Oh, much better. Much better, guys. Looking a lot better there with the light. Feeling better. So, Joe, who do you think's going to win? You say go Snoopies. Which one's the Snoopies? Is that the Steelers, I guess? Or or the Browns? I'm not sure. I said not the hugest of sports fans. While waiting for Jib, is there any casino there? Is there any casino in Thailand? Gambling is illegal in Thailand, Joe. So the official answer is no. All right, so am I too white? Am I blown out now? Let me check my settings real quick. I can drop my exposure. I open clean my Mac for some reason. I'll close that. Want this one. Show webcam settings panel. There we go. Drop the exposure a bit. Update profile. Picture is good. Good. So, what I was saying. So, Joe, gambling is illegal in Thailand, as everyone knows, of course. Right? There is no gambling. However, there are rumors, Joe, that there are illegal gambling dens in Thailand. So I've heard. Not always the safest place, though. Not that long ago, at a supposed illegal gambling den run by a police officer, a guy freaked out after losing at a poker game, shot and killed a few people. So sometimes they're a little shady, and they're also what's linked to the current COVID outbreak is all these gambling dens in Rayong. However, they do exist, and there are card games to be had, high dollar card games even to be had in the city, if you were to be so interested. So with that, I mean, there's definitely things that I could introduce you to some people who could show you those locations if you desired. However, if you really want to have proper casino card games, the two options, the closest option is Malaysia, where not Malaysia, sorry, Cambodia, where there are casinos just over the border from Thailand. They're pretty shady though. The town that's most known from over the border from Thailand for casinos, one of my buddies did a story for Vice over there because a bunch of foreigners go missing and get killed over there all the time. And so, not the best place to show up. But if you want to actually have proper card games, you're only a couple hour flight from Hong Kong and then a ferry to Macau. Macau is full of casinos, proper, legit casinos where you can go in, play pretty much any game you want. Baccarat is actually pretty big in Macau. So is poker, blackjack. So plenty of casinos, very safe. Very fun. Go to Macau. I'd say better than going to the card dens in Bangkok. But I mean, if the card dens are your thing, then you might enjoy it. However, usually you're going to want your Thai to be at somewhat of a high level. Looking at that. So, Steve, you said I heard at the Muay Thai arena that you can get to bet down with other patrons. Yeah, so you don't bet with the patrons, you bet at the Muay Thai casinos with the book, right? So there are guys who are essentially the bet takers or the bookies, and they will be the ones who you make your bet with based on the fight. And then a lot of times you'll notice that the first round of Muay Thai is very slow, especially with more experienced fighters, like guys who have 50, 80, 100, 200 fights. And they'll take it very slow in the first round, finding their range. And a big part of that is them waiting for sort of signals from the odds makers about, how many bets are in, where's the line shifting. And once you know what's going on, you can actually watch. If you watch a fight on TV that takes place at one of the big stadiums, you can see the odds makers. They'll be pressed right up against the first row of the general admission, and they'll be signaling to people. They'll be signaling to the fighters or to the fighters' corners to give them give them advice like, hey, pick it up, or hey, slow it down for the first round based on how the bet is going. So it's a definite interesting way to look at it. If you start to understand that side of Muay Thai, it's really interesting. And actually, Chris from Retired Working From You did a great video. I believe it was part 2 or part 3 in his Muay Thai series, where he follows a fighter from the gym to the stadium and goes through the whole process. And he actually gets to meet with one of the guys who runs a Facebook group about odds making and betting for Muay Thai, which is something like you don't even really see that covered on Thai channels a lot. So I was really surprised that Chris got access to that. But it was a straight legit guy he was actually at the fight doing it, the broadcast on his Facebook page, updating the odds and taking online bets for people. And I think that's one of the really interesting aspects of Muay Thai, how the gambling actually plays into the sport itself. Whereas, in the US, there's gambling scandals with fights, with sports all the time, especially fighting. Now, you do occasionally get rumors or you get news of fixed fights in Muay Thai, but it's never the big deal of, like, if you remember the Pete Rose gambling scandal or the basketball point shaving scandal. There's never anything like that. The worst that you end up usually getting is someone will argue that they were poisoned, or that something happened to them during the fight or before the fight that led to them being sick and losing. But when Chris did his video on Muay Thai, I was really, really shocked at the level of detail he was able to get about the gambling aspects of Muay Thai, and the fact that people openly bet in the stadium, despite the fact that gambling is very much illegal in Thailand, and gambling on Muay Thai especially. The other big thing that people gamble on here, sports-wise, is soccer or football for my non-American friends. Premier League, all of that, the big betting in those regards. But yeah, the Muay Thai, super interesting from the aspect of gambling and the way that plays so integral into the sport. And I think that's a big reason why you see Muay Thai continue to be a huge sport here, a huge success, but MMA has never caught on with the Thai population because it's not something they can gamble on, because you can't gamble online legally here, right? You can't get the payouts back, but you can go to the stadium and gamble. And so fight fans who are really into Muay Thai, a big aspect, Thai fight fans at least, a big aspect of that is the fact that they can gamble in the stadiums, which is why I think, you don't see a lot of Western boxing here, and you don't see a lot of MMA in the big stadium shows or garner a big Thai audience. I really believe the reason for that is gambling, because it becomes such an integral part of Muay Thai in the way that they perceive the sport, in the way that they engage with the sport and enjoy it. So Patrick, you said Phnom Penh has a good casino. Yeah, Phnom Penh is. I've been to Phnom Penh. Like I said, it's been a while, but I remember there being a casino in the city, and it was a proper casino. But I remember them saying that it was, if I'm not mistaken, they told me it was a place that only foreigners could go into. And like I did see other Asians going in, and they were checking their passports and stuff. But obviously, they not for white folks. They don't think we're Cambodians. They won't confuse us with them. So that was an interesting time. I only popped in for a minute when I was in Phnom Penh. It was a small casino, but I believe they built a bigger one since I was there. I heard they might open a casino in Pattaya. Oh, really? In Pattaya? That would be interesting if they opened an actual casino in Pattaya. And I guess right now would be the time to force it through on regulatory side, because I would imagine that the government would be open to it right now if they thought it would attract tourism once they're able to establish travel bubbles with countries like Taiwan and Japan and China. It could work. Especially, I know that there are a number of hotels and resorts for sale in Pattaya. So there's prime real estate, prime land available. It would be an interesting concept to see if that worked. I mean, Pattaya is the city you would want to do it in. It does make Vegas look tame in pretty much every aspect. Hey, hate the player, hate the game, man. How's it going? Poisoned 50 times and still fighting. Really? In Thailand, poisoned 50 times, or just in general as a fighter, poisoned 50 times? That's crazy. That's a lot. And what do they poison you with? When are you getting like just like putting laxatives or sedatives in your food or drink? What kind of poison are you getting as a Muay Thai fighter? Or are they actually hitting you with something like really hard where you have to be hospitalized? That would be interesting to me. Like what is that? What are they using to do that? You know, I've heard of sedatives, and then there's a famous boxing match. I forget who it was between, but the trainer asked for a specific bottle of water, one that he had asked for. And when he gave it to the fighter, his energy levels went through the roof. And a lot of people were suspecting that could be cocaine or some type of other stimulant in the water. And Pattaya across from the parking garage. Josh says, I'd want to buy something I could rent out in other rooms or a storefront with units above it. For what, your casino, Josh? Did I miss something? Let me check. If you said something that didn't show up at the it didn't show up in the chat. Patrick says Naga World is the new Naga World's a casino now? It was built by Hong Kong. When did they build the casino in Naga World, Patrick? Because it definitely was not last time I was there. That'd be interesting. So is it still a stadium at Naga World, or did they replace it completely with a casino, or they add a casino to the stadium? I'd be interested to find out that. Evil supervillain casino. Oh yeah, we could do that, Josh. Let's buy a piece of land down in Pattaya. We'll open evil supervillain casino with a brothel full of working lady assassins. I think that could be great. Big MF Doom mask on the front of the building with glowing red eyes. It'd be ideal. Put nothing but MF Doom music on the mix on the casino floor. Absolutely. Mad Villainy and Governor playing all day long. Food in the food court. Yeah, you can do everything with the MF Doom album. Absolutely. Perfection. There was it the Griswold Vegas movie? I forget which Griswold movie it was, where they went to a casino that had the absolutely worst games. It was like guess a number and like Go Fish or War. You could gamble with War. Hell yeah, Joe. Who wouldn't go to a super evil villain casino in Pattaya? The perfect place. Absolutely perfect place. Big MF Doom mask out front is a sign. Nothing but table games that you can't win. But actually, Baccarat is like the ultimate villain game, right? If in like James Bond and all these things, all the bad guys are always playing Baccarat. So it could be like massive Baccarat tables or Baccarat rooms at the casino. No, the average Thai fighter explaining their usual loss because of bookie. Yeah, right. I've known quite a few Thai fighters, especially if you lose a decision in Thailand, like, oh, because of the bookie swayed the judges or the odds, or they'll often make an argument that they were winning, but the judges were with the bookie, and so they went the other way because of the payout and stuff. Yeah, I've heard that for sure. Vegas vacation for sure. I can't remember if they stopped in summer vacation. Yeah, I think it might have been Vegas vacation where they went to that shitty casino, and there was all types of games like guess a number, Go Fish, War, all these things that you would never see at a casino. Probably would never legally be allowed at a casino because of, especially not in Vegas, because of the commissions and everything. But the guess a number one is great, where he's just like, 7? No, that's not it. Pay up. Yeah, Vegas Vacation was a good one. Oh man, the Griswold movies, National Lampoon movies were fantastic. Growing up with those was out of this world. The temperature is pretty chill today in Bangkok. We've got right now it's 24 degrees. Gotta love Thailand. What's it where you're at? The only baccarat I've ever been to was the place on Soy Cowboy. Oh, you mean the one with the glass ceiling? I mean, not that I've ever been there. So I've heard, Mike's. I've heard that they had a glass ceiling when you first walk in, and that if you looked up, there were girls dancing, potentially naked. So I've heard rumors. Could you confirm if those are true or not? Niagara World FC plays at the National Olympic Stadium. Ah, okay. Oh, so they do still have the stadium, but it's also Naga World, the casino. Mike's, how's the back doing today, brother? I'm curious. I was talking earlier about that. We're go for Wednesday. I saw you sent the message, and that you're go for Wednesday, and that you're feeling better. You're kind of on the mend. So I'm excited for that. I just hope the back is feeling good. I'll keep you on a road to recovery. What's this? My friends tell me that there are girls there studying for their boards or their bar exam, right? They're also working on their bar exam. Yeah, I remember. I think I remember a lot of the college girls study their study halls on Soul Cowboy, as I've heard. The hilarious movie Rat Race is a scene of unusual games for high rollers in a Vegas casino. I think I remember Rat Race. Was that Steve? Was Rat Race a Tim Allen movie? Was that one of his projects? I think I remember it. I'm not 100% positive. On my way to Lumpini Park again this AM, walking is key. Walking is good. I believe like anything non-sitting, right, is good for you right now. I remember when I had my back injury, sitting was not only the most painful thing, it was just like the worst thing my doctor said I could do for the discs in my back. As in Soy Cowboy. Dun dun dun. Browns up 14-0. Browns. Someone was telling me the Browns are doing good this year. I'm surprised. I believe they went like almost a whole season with no wins when I was living in Cleveland. I saw part 7 came out right before I jumped on here when I was logging into YouTube. I saw that part 7 popped up. I'm gonna be checking that out myself. Mike, man. So with the geodesic dome, I remember I think it was part 5 or part 4 where you did the inside tour, and you could see the vents in there, right? Which is important because otherwise you get a ton of condensation at the top of those domes. Which is why if you ever see like people who actually built houses out of the geodesic domes, the very top of the dome will generally be rose up or risen up. Will generally have a riser built into it where it pops out so that you can have ventilation up there and you can move out any air and condensation that might build. But I was thinking with the tent, that has got to be a real issue. If you have the tent and you're breathing, you're in there sweating, there's condensation, you're probably going to get quite a bit built up at the top above those vents. Did you notice anything like that when you were in there? And I mean, I know you said they were 70 days old. So I'm wondering how long it will take before that canvas starts to get sort of inundated with too much moisture or starts to build up mold, versus the A-frame where he had an air conditioner, obviously keeps it dehumidified, and A-frame's a bit of an easier structure because you can vent the front and back and run any of that hot air that gets trapped at the very peak out. Interesting. I'll be curious to see what that place looks like with the geodesic domes in like a year or two, especially because they're canvas, how they hold up through the rainy season and such. Mike's off to the BTS. Have a good one, brother. I'll ping you later on. We'll have a chat, talk about Wednesday, get the plans going. But yeah, guys, Bangkok Strange back on Wednesday. No Tim Allen, but a cast of many. If comedy is your thing, yeah, I remember it. I don't know why I thought Tim Allen was in, but I remember it being kind of a fun movie. I don't remember the details on it. The other night, when Jib gets back from the vegetable market, I'll have her give her opinion on this. But the other night, her and I watched Idiocracy. She had never seen it before. I was a huge fan. I never saw it in the movie theater, and I was reading that it only opened in a handful of theaters in the U.S. But Jib definitely, when watching it, was like, "What the? Ooh, like it was funny, but also a bit scary to her." I don't know if all of you guys have seen that. Steve, I get the feeling you probably have. Joe maybe as well. Such a hilarious movie, such a good time, but also really kind of scary, especially that the part at the beginning where it shows the family trees expanding and ranks it by IQ. I was thinking to myself, the AC is such a luxury and a temp, but then realized he needed to keep the dome tent air not moldy. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, and if it's running enough. Because it looked like you only had a couple small vents at the very top, sort of like on the bottom of the top quarter of the dome. Whereas, like I said, with an actual physical dome, that ventilation would generally be at the peak middle of the dome. Yeah, Joe, I figured you had seen it as well. Such a good movie, guys. Idiocracy, if you've never seen it, really funny and stupid in a lot of ways. And I can see why the studio and the sponsors were not super happy with it, but it really has become a classic, like a classic movie, or I guess what they would call it, a cult classic. A lot of people really got into it. Patrick, 2021 goals video was good. I'll be here for accountability. Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really, like looking forward to 2021. I got a film tomorrow. I'll probably be filming another one of those goal videos and another one of the walk and talk videos, not necessarily goals, but talking about like just some concepts that maybe I'll be doing a more detailed video on at a later point, but like things related, especially to the design studio, like, vision. What's the difference between vision and like manifesto, or like some of the things like bootstrapping the design studio as opposed to like not taking on investment and like putting up like really taking the risk on it myself. And one of the things that I thought was interesting a few years ago when I was trying to start a media company, investors wouldn't even, talk to me. Like I want to start like a Bangkok based new media company that did, a lot of like really interesting documentaries and news stories, had several news verticals, and no investor wanted to touch it. They just were not having it. And this was really before the fall of new media, even like before, Vice had a huge hit on valuation, Vox, another one, Great Big Story recently went out of business. Like a lot of companies were dying off before COVID even, especially in the new media space. And actually the next book review I've got to do, I've written the script on the book summary, and I'm getting a few more graphics to sort of integrate into it, but we'll be on a book written by the CEO of Watch Mojo, Ash Kavafusion. And it's funny because Watch Mojo is probably the least serious of all the new media companies that emerged around the same time. And they're the one company that they never got investment. They weren't able to raise cash. And he talks about this in the book. Like everyone said no to this dude. And they're the one company that has grown in valuation, is still around, and that the founder still owns the majority of the company. So, it's interesting to see that progression. And of course, they don't do the same type of news documentary content as Vice did. They didn't do the sort of the infotainment videos that Fox did, but they were more entertainment, more culture focused, and they've really found a niche and they dominated. And so I remember when I first read that book a few years ago, I fell in love with that. I think it's a great story. Definitely not the best edited or written book, but really, I think a lot of you guys will enjoy the book summary and potentially that book. Idiocracy is not a movie; it's a documentary from the future sent back in time. Absolutely. It's funny because when Jib watched it, and like, I'll let her tell like her first impressions of it, but she's like, wow, this is like so crazy. And there was a part at the end where she was talking, they talk about the girl who used to be the prostitute is now the first lady. And I was talking to Jib like maybe a few weeks prior to that all the rumors that Melania, the current first lady of Agent Orange, was an escort previously, and when she was a model. And there's all these like theories that that's how actually Donald Trump met her, was like hiring her as an escort, and then they started dating her. And Jib was like, wow, it's really an accurate movie. She's like, she was like, are you sure this isn't The Simpsons? Wow. Are you going to do more interviews other than entrepreneurs? Yeah, so I'm actually thinking about that now. And I was actually talking to Eric, the Minority Nomad, the other day. We were joking about doing something in the future, but I would like to start getting more into the creative aspects of the business world, like especially where my studio intersects. Maybe not necessarily other fashion designers or garment designers or like that, but just maybe like local artists or people who are in that space. I'm trying to find right now, because I just brought the channel back, right? I hadn't really done anything for months and months. And even before I brought the channel back in December, the previous video I had done was with Mike. That was the last video I posted on the Dana Bluen channel. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I recorded that like a month and a half before I posted it. So I was still sort of like transitioning with what I wanted to do in the space. And I used to put a lot more tech centric, like tech entrepreneurship focused content on this channel. And when I sort of got out of the tech space and moved more into design, into the place I'm at now, especially with being small business, I wanted to shift this content more in that direction. And so I'm trying to figure out where the content on this channel will live. And, that's part of the feeling out process now. It's almost like I'm relaunching the channel. And I notice like every time I put a new video up, I'll lose like 10 or 15 subs who probably came over from when I did more really hard entrepreneurship centered content. And then, I'll gain a few, will trickle back on. And like the video I'm posting Monday night EST, Monday morning EST, Monday night here is really more, it's like us sourcing fabric. And it's like, it's really more for like the craft creator community. So I'm not sure where the content's going to fit. I want, life in Bangkok to be a central aspect of what this channel becomes, like specifically Bangkok. Like I want Bangkok, I want it to be a character or like a plot device in the channel, as it grows. But also, the business aspect of what Supervillain Design Studio does is something I really want to be part of this channel as well, as it grows and develops and, becomes more informative and more entertaining. So business will always be part of it. And I think I will shift away from, tech companies to more small companies. And you may see more of the people who I know from the tech world who have made similar shifts, like a guy who's kind of like my little brother, Pac. Mike's actually knows this guy as well. Him and his wife started a company called Sneak, but now he runs a coffee company where he sells coffee accessories. He's kind of like the Hank Hill of the coffee world. Instead of propane and propane accessories, he sells coffee and coffee accessories. But Pac's, really great dude. And actually me and him, he came over before I launched the channel, and we shot a video when we did James Hoffman's world's largest coffee tasting. and we did that together. We shot a few videos, but I never really edited it together as a vlog. So I was missing key pieces of the content. So yeah, I don't know what the interviews are going to be in the future, Patrick. I'm still trying to feel that out. If you guys have suggestions or people you want me to talk to, then definitely please let me know. And I'm open to exploring a lot of different things as I get this channel back up off the ground and I grow this. And it definitely won't be as many tech entrepreneurs, and it won't be as many big things. It'll be much more, small business or micro business focus. Is, like I said, that's where I live now. But again, there'll still be a lot of entrepreneurial people. That's a big part of my circle as well. And I'll be tapping a lot of those individuals to be part of this. But I'm really open to whatever. And I mean, there's another video on here on my channel with my friend Javier Trujillo, who is a very well-known pro fighter from Bangkok. He's also a firefighter. He was a hotshot firefighter, and we were talking the other day, he's going back to being in firefighting. He lives in Nevada. And so I think he was a fire captain before he moved to Thailand to be a full-time fighter. And so he's going back into the fire services to fight wildland fires again, because COVID's kind of messed his whole thing up. He won the Full Metal Dojo welterweight championship. And then I interviewed him for the Asian MMA podcast. I put some stuff on the Dana Bluen channel. And then he literally caught a flight to London and fought in the O2 Arena for bare knuckle boxing world championship, like 3 months after, and then went back to California, or went back to Nevada. And then his dad lives in California, his mom lives in Nevada. But I want to talk to people like him as well, but people who have been successful, or people who have been like successful artists or graphic designers, and start to get more content in that regard, or even professional filmmakers, people who have done really well with that. And so we'll see where the channel goes. We'll see where the content grows. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. And, it'll be fun, like just seeing where everything ends up. And a lot of it just, doing content that I enjoy right now, that I like to make, and that hopefully resonates and finds an audience. And if my audience has feedback on, different things they would like me to do, or people they'd like me to talk to, I'm always open to that. Dapper Villain shoes, please. So no shoes in the works yet, but we might do a limited, for a dress shoe perspective, we might do a very limited run of dress shoes, like hard bottoms, with a local maker who does custom shoes. We've had a conversation about that. And I know another local maker as well, that I could do it without having to run a ton of volume. And actually, back in the day, Josh and I actually looked at this, what it would be like to do like a custom shoe product, when Josh and I originally had the Dapper Villains idea. And so like hard bottom dress shoes, definitely something we looked at. And you might know, Joe, that I actually do design. I do my own Nanyang designs. And so I just did a purple pair. I'm making a pair for Chris from Retired Working for You. I was showing him like some of the ones I do when he was over here. And I was like, oh, I'll do a pair for you. And it's basically, I love the Nanyang. It's probably, in my opinion, Nanyang is the greatest shoe ever made. And it's a real rubber Thai rubber sole. I mean, it's like a better version of the Chuck Taylors, and they cost $12. I love that shoe. Give a thumbs up and you get a shaka. Absolutely. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, guys, do me a favor. If you haven't liked the video, please smash the like button, help a brother out. Still haven't published my 2021 video. First thing I do New Year time is go over the top 10 things I did in the previous year I'm proud of. Yeah. I reflect, and I was going to do a reflection video, but 2021 was, such an up and down thing for so many people that Jib is back, that I thought, I'll just go with goals and, where I want to be. No media company for 2021 will be with BKK.FM. I'm excited to discuss BKK FM with you, just because, hey, babe, welcome back. Oh, whoa, what's that? Oh, there's riceberry ones. Yeah. I'll dig in. Jib brought me some interesting breakfast snacks. But yeah, brother, I'm really excited to talk about where you see BKK FM going. You have, if you guys that don't know, Mike, I don't even know how he was able to get this domain, but bkk.fm, which to me and to Mike is the name of what will be the greatest radio station in Bangkok. And the fact that it was still available is crazy. But Mike comes from a more traditional radio background, so I'm really excited to see where he wants to take it and do with it. It'll be awesome. Oh, awesome, babe. Wow. Jib just got back from veggie shopping, showing me the haul. Yeah, Mike, I'm sure we'll all watch that 2021 video, Mike, no doubt. Top of the morning to you, Born Nomad Productions. Hey, thanks for coming by. Tardiness is fully acceptable here on the Dana Bluin channel. Absolutely. How you doing, man? How was your weekend? Kick him in the balls. Joe coming back with the give a thumb, get a shaka. Thank you, sir. What time is it down under, Born Nomad Productions? So is it super early for you there, or are you a little bit ahead of me? I always forget what. I know Perth is an hour ahead of Bangkok because for whatever reason, Perth and KL are on the same time zone, despite the fact that KL is directly south of Bangkok. The time zones here are all messed up, right? So Bangkok is ICT, and basically on the same longitude, you have Myanmar to the north, which went all North Korea, and they're 30 minutes ahead of us. And then you've got KL to the south, which decided to set the entire country's time zone on Borneo's time zone, not the geographic time zone that KL is actually in. And then Singapore followed suit. Really strange. Still got a headache. What do you got a headache from, Joe? Partying too hard? Mike says, before the end of Q2, I'll have a business plan detailing the Gay Earth shirt. I believe that everything you do going forward, the Gay Earth shirt will be the cornerstone of that. Mike says, did he just hear titty porn? Babe, do you hear that? Jib's still focused on putting stuff away. What voiceover guys got COVID? Jesus. Jeebus Christos, man. Voiceover guy got COVID. 11:51 a.m. So this is the guy with the 18 testicles, Mike. He somehow got COVID. That's not cool. So hopefully he'll recover well, no lung damage, and he'll be able to do that voiceover soon. I don't know if I think Mike played this on one of his live streams on his channel before, guys. Played a clip. The guy's like, I don't know if in the voiceover world they call it a show reel or not, but this guy has the deepest voice. It sounds like his blood is 100% testosterone. So deep, so raspy, so good. Oh, okay. Your East Coast is GMT plus 10. Oh, so you're on the East. Yeah, you guys have the fact that Perth and KL are the same is weird to me. I have a friend who lives in Perth and he's from Malaysia, and he's like, oh, it's so convenient because he can just like ping back his family in Malaysia and like no time difference. It's easy conversion. But hey, so yeah, Jib's just watering the plants. When Jib gets back, I think what we'll do is we'll unbox the package we got from Joe P. And I think that will be interesting. Let me check out these little things that Jib got me. Okay, I see what these are. So these are called, I don't know if you guys can see this. These are called Khanom Krak in Thai. And so these, because these are purple, means that they're made from ground riceberry. So riceberry rice flour, which is a dark purple rice that they grow here in Thailand. And this one has ginkgo beans in it. I don't know if you can see that, if that will focus. So it's got ginkgo beans, and I see a little bit of coconut flesh in there as well. I don't want to chew into the mic. I apologize, guys. Oh, those are really good. Wow. So this is probably one of my favorite like guilty pleasures from a Thai food perspective is these Thai breakfast sweets and the Thai dinner sweets. So Khanom Krok, these here that I have, definitely my favorite like breakfast thing. If I'm out at a Thai market for breakfast and I see Khanom Krok, I know that's what I'm getting because it's so good. It's made from coconut milk and rice flour, and they cook it in a cast iron little divoted thing. And so they'll usually keep the mixture, the batter, in a teapot. They'll give it a stir, and they'll pour it in all the little divots, and then they'll drop in whatever they're going to put inside. So these have ginkgo beans, but it's not uncommon to see chive. It's not uncommon to see corn be put in there, taro, pieces of cooked taro. It makes it really nice. It's kind of like I would say it's the Thai version of a donut, but Thais actually have their own really good donuts. However, I tend not to get the Thai donuts because what you'll often see is the oil that they're frying it in is just black. And I don't want to mess around with like that oxidized black oil. So I'll generally avoid those, and I'll just go with like a Khanom Krok. And then for dinner, Khanom Chun is the other one. Yeah, Joe says the voice guy's balls hang to his knees. Oh, here we go. Here's the this is the link, and it came up in Mike's a mod, so we can post links so you guys can see that in the chat. Yeah, this is his audio thing. The guy's voice is insane. Yeah, testicles the size of Mike's head, 18 of them, all in one sack, hanging to his knees. So much testosterone in this guy's voice. It'd be perfect for radio voiceover. Jeez, they must be big nuts. Huge nuts. I'm gonna grab another one of these Khanom Kroks. So good. Again, like, so you guys can see this one's got like you can kind of see the little caramelized edges here, and then you can see where with the rice berry you don't get as much caramelization as with white rice. And it's glutinous rice as well, so it's sticky rice. So it's rice berry sticky rice or regular sticky rice. Phenomenal. So good. Perfect way to start Monday morning. Khanom Chun and coffee. Khanom Krok and coffee. Jib is outside watering the plants, heard me misspeak and call it Khanom Chun instead of Khanom Krok, and yelled inside Khanom Krok. This is why I know all the Thai food words, because Jib will always correct me on the food. So good. Goes perfect with coffee. Morning coffee, afternoon coffee, evening coffee. Coffee all the time. My New England accent. For whatever reason, it's funny. Like I never realized I said the word coffee strange until I was out one day with a Jib and our friend Sephora, who's from England. She lives out here. She used to work for the UN. I don't know who she works for now. And then she works for the UN, and then I think the American Chamber, and I don't know where she works at the moment. I think she's working as a journalist. But I ordered a cup of coffee, and she's like, in her British accent, she's like, "Pardon me, what'd you just say? Coffee? Is that spelled with an A and a W?" I was like, maybe. It's definitely a New England accent. Please ask Born Nomad Productions about your headache. Okay, so Born Nomad Productions, can you elaborate on Joe's headache? All right, Joe's taking off for a minute. Hey, babe, when you're finished, come over here and we'll unbox the package from Joe. Oh, Jib's on a phone call. That's what's up. So yeah, when she's free, when she comes back, and when Joe's back, because Joe took off, we will unbox what Joe got us and see what's in there. Oh wow, these are so good. Sorry, I'm eating on camera here. Another one. You see the ginkgo popping out there. I've never seen Khanom Krok with ginkgo beans before, so to me that's super interesting. That is the breakfast of champions. And so, Born Nomad Productions, man. I want to hear about this this headache Joe's claiming he has. Hey, babe. Put it here. You want to grab your green chair and pop on, and we'll open Joe's package. He'll be back in a minute. Jib is back. Actually, I should probably switch because this one's higher, and I'm taller than Jib. Who will come today, babe? Oh, the maintenance guys come today. So my water tank. Okay. So my water tank is all messed up. Oh, the volume's down. That's why I'm like, why isn't Jib's mic firing up? There we go. So my water tank has been leaking, or my water pump has been leaking. Something in between the two. And so
I checked.
Okay, here you go, babe. And so because actually we should switch these stands. I was just saying because this one's shorter, and you are slightly shorter than me. Only slightly shorter. Jib's like a foot shorter than me, but she has the same inseam. Maybe.
Hi.
How was the market?
Nice. Lots of fresh vegetable and fruit.
Okay. Nice.
So all I paid today is 300 baht.
Nice. Awesome.
Got everything.
Oh, she brought back 2 huge bags plus the Kanom crop.
I think it's the most expensive thing must be mushroom.
When you and Mike turn up the New England accents, it's very funny considering doing a whole show as 2 Bostonian scumbags.
Huh?
That would be hilarious. Yeah, Bobby. It would both have to be named Bobby and Joey. Or he could be Mikey, right? No, it's too realistic if I call him Mikey. It'd be Bobby and Joey. Yo, Bobby, what you doing, man? You're supposed to meet me over at Dunkin', get some coffee. I got to park the car at Harvard Yard. I'll see you in a little bit.
Alay.
Am I speaking English?
No.
Oh, before we open Joe's package, let's talk about Idiocracy real quick.
So scary.
Bangkok to Cleveland. Hell yeah, baby. That's what's up, Josh. Would love to see an interview with an entrepreneur who moved to BKK with very little and bootstrapped the business. Well, that's me every day, man. that was me 8 years ago.
And still.
But yeah, I know a few others. I'll bring that on, Patrick, for sure. What's that? Before we talk about Idiocracy, just really annoying video I put in my YouTube dumpster that can induce seizures. Just an old screen test video. Joe P just needs to close one eye and he'll be fine. All right, is that linked up on your channel? Because I'll check that out. I'll check that out after this stream. Okay, so let's talk about Idiocracy, babe, because you'd never seen it. And Saturday night, we made some popcorn, sat down in our Scala movie chairs, and watched Idiocracy. What did you think?
Is future for sure.
Yeah, so Hate the Player, Hate the Game was on the chat earlier, and he said it's not a movie, it's a documentary.
Yeah. Yes. So scary.
I was joking about the part at the end where they said a former prostitute became the first lady.
How can they know that? It's like a Simpson, right?
Yeah, so their prediction level,
like whatever there, like people cut like a capture some scene that like a perfect match for like whatever happened.
And was it the President Camacho's a former reality star / porn star and became president, whereas the current president for another 9 days is a former reality star who cheated on his potentially escort wife with a porn star.
You know, maybe that's kind of a prediction from the like trend, what people will like possibly in the future. So like, it's possible that people like you know, like a famous person, smart or not, if they famous, people will like vote for them or will like, support them. Like many reality show that you see on TV is like not smart, but yeah, it's entertain, but again, it's not bring anything more than entertain.
Did you have nightmares that night?
Oh my god, so difficult to sleep. What?
I'm just saying, like that night was like you were like the whole movie. You're like, it's so real. Like this, I can see this happening. This is the future.
Yes.
Oh, Steve says you got the Scala movie chair. Show us, please. Yeah, let me take a photo real quick, and I'll just hold it because the this camera is on a tripod. It's not easy to turn. Let me snap this real quick, and then I'll flip it around. Steve, if you can see that, those are the two Scala movie chairs over down here on the first floor. We keep it right next to our office area, so that's why you just see my my desk chair is sort of pushed in front of one of them. But those are the two, and you can see. Oh, you can't see with this. Oh, you can kind of see it. That little black dot on the side is actually the row indicator because Jib and I always sat in row L. And so these chairs are from row L, and they're the two chairs that we used to sit in. We always used to buy tickets of. And so, we're very lucky to get these chairs. They're not in the greatest condition. So like the padding and there's springs in them. So in the future, there may be like I may redo the cushions or redo the upholstery on it. But for now, these are, they're perfect. I mean, these are the chairs that we sat in every time we went to the movies. And we didn't only go to Scala. Occasionally we would go to like a SF or a major, like occasionally, like if we want to see something, because Scala only shows one movie per week. So if it was, especially like during summer movie season, if there's like a couple big movies out, we might have to go see one at major or at SF. But 9 times out of 10, we were going to Scala, and it's sad. So the last movie I wanted to see that I didn't get the chance to see was The Gentleman, and Scala closed the week we were going to go see The Gentleman. But the following weekend, we had tickets to go see The Graduate.
I still have a ticket.
Yeah, we still have the tickets. It's kind of like, our last.
Even they say like, okay, you can take it back to refund. It's like, now I will keep it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 120 baht.
Yeah, for 120.
No, for the classic movies was a little bit more, right?
I think it's 120.
Was it 120? I thought when Scala went to 120, they went to 140.
Something. It's like nothing. Yeah, it's a half price of the modern theater anyway.
So Scala in general was 140 baht. They went to 140 baht this year, and then they raised the popcorn from 30 to 40 baht. So it's like instead of like 98 cents, it was like $1.09, or $1.30, whatever. But yeah, the classic movies were like, I think 20 baht more than the regular seats. Really? And but God, those are
nothing.
Yeah, those are the best times though. Like
the price is so cheap.
I saw 2001: A Space Odyssey at Scala. Saw Clockwork Orange, which Jib didn't want to see. Jib watched the trailer for Clockwork Orange, and she's like, I don't want to see someone get smashed with a huge penis.
Too much for me.
I could just watch that on the internet for free. So you go with your friends to see Clockwork Orange. But we saw, what did you see? The Sound of Music? Was that the one you and your mom went to? That you?
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Big Boss.
Like, what else? Shining. The Shining.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Shining. Nicholson. Yeah, we saw there. Yeah, and it's just such
Psycho.
Yeah, such good movies, and again, good memories. I'm sad they're closed, but it's nice to have the seats. And I think Scala, the actual page for Scala, posted the photo of Jib and I picking the seats up.
Yeah. I think they post like every photo when customer come to pick the chairs.
Yeah, and it was a nice, it was a nice day, and like to go get the chairs. And sad experience. Attorney General. So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops, Joe? Yes, Attorney General. Water like out of the toilet. Yeah. The fact that water was only used in the toilet, everything else was electrolytes.
No, just
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Just talk about drink. Like I used to as I used to work in a hospital, international hospital. Like so, I talked to foreign patient. They kind of like not really drink like pure water. They add something they call like something like it's like add smell like a orange. Something so they mix something in the water before they drink like every day.
Wow.
Yeah, is that normal in US?
No,
because you and I we drink water.
Yes, in the US you can drink water straight out of the tap. We do here. We drink water out of the tap here. We have a filtration system.
Yes, you have to clarify which tap.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a 4-stage filter with a UV process, and so we drink our water straight from the tap, from this one particular tap that has the filter and the UV process on it, because we drink a lot of water here, plus we make coffee, so everything, all the water we use comes from that filter for cooking, for everything. Also Steve says, what did the chairs cost? When stadiums and arenas are about to be torn down, they charge about $1,500 a pair, US dollars.
No way.
Actually, with today's exchange rate, that might be more like 50,000-60,000 baht. So the chairs here, Steve, you might get upset. The chairs here were 2,000 baht each, and they welded them to a frame so that you could set them up in your home right away.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do anything with it. They welded the bottom frame on this, and so brought it right home, put it where we wanted it, and good to go. So 4,000 baht total for the two. And actually, originally they said that it might be a little bit extra for the two as opposed to just the one, and then no, just 2,000. So yeah, and if you got, I didn't see anyone with a setup of 3.
I saw.
Did someone have a 3 welded together?
I don't think it's welded together. It might be like one each separate.
Yeah, I saw
they just put next to each other.
I saw someone. Scala posted a photo of someone's theater room at home.
Oh yeah,
it
home
was
theater.
2-1-2, and then in the back row, or the front. No, the front row was 1-2-1, and then 2-1-2.
For the 3, it might be too heavy to carry.
Yeah, it might warp because of the way it's welded together. So yeah, basically 60 US dollars per chair.
So like the metal that they use under the chair, it cut from the frame at the back of the screen.
Yeah. Oh, and he says here the frame is an additional 200.
Huh?
200.
Everything expensive.
Just for so 15 for 2 chairs and 200 for the frame. Oh, babe, can you grab that envelope? We'll open Joe's. We'll do an unboxing of what Joe sent us. I'm gonna grab another crock.
You know how much for that crock?
60.
20.
Oh wow! I was gonna say you could have grabbed my knife, but
okay.
So let's hold this up. I'm gonna take Steve's and whoa. So the chair, just the frame, is another 6,000 baht, 6,500 baht, just for the frame on top of your 50,000 baht chairs.
Is that like a 200 years stadium or something that's like is considered as an antique price or what?
I mean, I guess they're tearing a stadium down. So some stadiums only stand for like a couple decades, whereas like Fenway Park is 100 years old.
But it's like if that stadium is like an antique, like very old, it might be like a good price for like very old stuff.
Yeah. Yankee Stadium. I bet you people paid a lot of money for the chairs from Yankee Stadium, because obviously a lot of New Yorkers love Yankee Stadium.
อร่อยไหม
What do you want? You can finish.
อะไร I will try one.
All right, so let's get this opened up.
We ginkgo. Did you try ginkgo yet?
Yeah, it has ginkgo in it.
That many.
Yeah.
things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have a package here. I don't want to show our address, but we have a package here from Joe P. So we're gonna open this up, and there's stuff in here for Jib and I, and then you can open it, babe. Just cut the top. And there's also some stuff from Mike. So we're not going to show what's in here from Mike. I'm going to let Mike open that on Wednesday when he gets here and see that for the first time.
Oh, Mike can walk?
Yeah, Mike's good. He's going to come by Wednesday. We're going to do Bangkok Strange.
Okay.
So, there's multiple envelopes here. So let's take a look at what's what, if it's labeled. All right, so this is Dana and Jib. All right. And then everything else should be.
Oh, yeah.
So that's from Mike, I guess. And then that should see it. So that's from Mike. So put that back in the envelope. And all right. So so we don't want to show what Mike has. All right. So we have a package here from Joe P. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. Sorry for being late. Joe, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Joe.
So note from Joe. So go ahead and open that up there. So hopefully no one saw what Mike's was. We put it back in the envelope. I'll have Mike open that on Wednesday's Bangkok Strange. And Jib's chopping this open.
Oh.
Okay, so first thing. So this is Sugar Daddy. This is candy for you. So classic, like a bent. It's okay. Because these are just essentially, I think these are sugar and milk. Yeah, milk caramel pop. Oh, is there popcorn in it? So Joe sent some sugar daddies for Jib.
Something white powder on this. Is it safe to open?
Is it really white powder? No, it's just paint on the. Did Joe send us anthrax? I'm gonna get this video ripped down for saying anthrax. Oh, here we go. Oh,
what is that?
Some hot sauce from America, Joe. Thank you, sir. Check that out.
Oh, you can try
Dr. Aspern's all natural elixirs. Fire roasted habanero. Habaneros aren't that spicy. Do we have any rice?
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of rice and a spoon. I'll try this.
And
you can try the sugar daddy.
Heat it?
Yeah. Heat it up for like a minute. Joe, thank you, sir. Dr. Aspern. Fire roasted habanero. All natural elixir. Ingredients: fire roasted habanero peppers, red wine vinegar, water, salt, xanthium gum, and sorbic acid. That's a pretty straightforward recipe. I like that. My name is Dr. Aiken Aspern. My elixir are now available to you after benefiting our family and friends for 3 generations. Created by my great-grandma Maya Aspern, perfected by my grandma Yusa Aspern. Yusa taught my mother Maura Aspern how to make the elixir. Dr. Aspern's life-changing elixirs are made of the finest ingredients. Now, I wouldn't sell you anything I haven't tried myself, so take home these elixirs today and share them with your friends and family. So Patrick asks, "Has Jib been to America? Is watching Idiocracy enough?" She has not yet been, and it's been. Last time I went back was when I went to San Francisco to work with Adobe for like a week or two, and Jib and I had just started dating, and so she was working at the time at the university and didn't come with me. And I had floated the idea back in 2019 about going in 2020 to the U.S. and asked her if she wanted to get a visa and come along. And she basically just straight up said no, because the visa process is such a pain for Thais. I eventually, like, I would love to go to America with Jib and see the country and, like, go through different parts of America with her. But I think after watching Idiocracy, I have to let that settle for a bit. And also right now, I just have, not just because of, the pandemic and everything going on, but with, the situation in the U.S., it's just not something I'm really interested in going to do right now and going to see. So, I mean, maybe if Jib changes her mind in the future and she really wants to go, then we'll do it. There's things that, like, cities I'd love to go to with. I'd love to go to Boston, New York with her, even Providence. then hit the West Coast, do like Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, like those areas. Bring her to Monterey, where I used to live. Down the coast. Out to like certain parts. Okay, let it rest for a minute. That's fine. It's not that hot. So babe, Patrick asked if you've ever been to America, if seeing Idiocracy is enough for you. I was talking about like how you've never really had an interest to go there.
Not really, because like everything expensive to just get visa.
Yeah.
And it's like 24 hours to fly. It's too much for me. I can sit in 6 hours in the airplane. That's feel like enough. And that's just 6 hours. And that's like 4 times of the time that have to spend in the airplane.
And also, I mean, to be fair, like living here in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of really awesome places we can visit just a few hours away.
And and like for me, I feel like to see the places through like a documentary, it is good enough for me, because like you have to spend time and money to some place to see it, and it might not look good same as the documentary that you see before or from the like tour review or something. It might like disappoint you later. That's what I think. And like as America is a very big country, to see like many places, that's lots of time.
Yeah, I think hopefully in the future we'll be able to take like 2 months and like do a road trip or something across America. But
so like I can knit like 20 sweater
maybe. But I think that would be fun. That'd be the way to do it, to see America. Like fly there for like 2-3 months, rent a car, and just drive and like see stuff and do things. That could be interesting. But as far as,
should I try it now?
Yeah, open it up. I'll let my rice cool while you try that, and then I'll put some of this hot sauce on it. So actually, Steve says he hasn't seen a sugar daddy in bar in probably 25 years. The sugar babies were like the little candies. Were they? So did the sugar babies have a sugar exterior, or they have like some type of caramel on the outside? I don't remember. It's been, again, probably 20 years as well, Steve, since I've seen the sugar daddy. The sugar babies, I used to see at the movie theater a lot. They would sell the box of sugar babies for like $80, right? Like a candy at the...
One question, why they name candy for a kid's sugar daddy?
I don't know. It's probably been around with that name for like years. So the big one like this is called the sugar daddy. The little one is called the sugar baby.
Of course, big must be daddy.
Yeah. So I always remember, I do remember how tough these were to peel. And now Jib is definitely struggling with the peeling of it. Oh, so 2021 is turning out to be almost as strange as 2020. The Browns are up 28-0.
Huh.
Now, will they lose this game somehow? What quarter or half are they in, Steve? Oh, here we go. Jib got it peeled. Doing the smell test. What does it smell like? Milk? It smells like sugar and milk. So it's supposed to be like really chewy, right? Like you should be able to like bite a piece off and stretch it. Jib doesn't like to bite stuff, so this could take a while.
Sweet.
Joe says if you like the sugar daddies, he'll send more. So it's basically, let's look at the ingredients.
I want real sugar daddy, Joe. Can you find me one?
Whoa, hey, what the fuck? So I think it's just milk and sugar, to be
caramel
honest.
flavor.
Yeah, I think sugar daddy M&Ms. Yeah, I remember the little sugar babies, and they were stuck to your teeth.
Can't bite it.
I remember the little sugar babies were easy to eat, but I thought they had like some type of softer coating on the outside. Then you bite into the middle, and it's like the sugar daddy material. So, yeah, Joseph Jib Dana is your daddy. Oh, so sweet. Second quarter midway. Oh, they still have time to lose. All right, so let me try this Dr. Aspirin sauce.
The name is scary.
Yeah.
Would be okay after this?
Well, I always say spicy in, spicy out.
Of course.
But it's just habanero, so I think it's not going to be too bad.
This is spicy, same as a bird eye chili.
Habanero's around the same level as a bird's eye chili.
Okay.
maybe a little bit spicier.
So Joe, when you arrive here, I will take you around to have Thai food, like real Thai food and real spicy food.
Oh, so I was talking to Joe last night. He said those little condos maybe are too small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What too small? What size?
No, the 4 I sent him the first 4 you sent me in Tongma, like the 2 and 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, too small. Joe, too small, right?
Seriously?
All right, so here we go. I've got Dr. Aspern's. I got the tape off the cap here. Oh, definitely a good hit of vinegar. This has got red wine vinegar in it.
Boy, it smell like jao.
Yeah, chai.
Like a Isan sauce, like dipping.
Very like a fermented.
For like for chicken, we use a tamarind,
so
not vinegar.
Fire roasted habanero peppers, red wine vinegar, water, salt, xanthium gum, and sorbic acid. Xanthium gum, I believe, is a stabilizer.
Chai. It's like a make it like
the emulsion stays.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's sorbic acid? This is a preservative.
Ascorbic.
Sorbic.
Sorbic.
I believe it's a preservative.
Maybe like add like.
All right, let's give this a try. So, I've got just plain white rice here, guys. I'm just gonna put some of this hot sauce. Oh, a little bit.
Ooh.
It's kind of thin. Flows pretty quick.
That's a lot, nah.
Here we go.
Watch out! Pass me the sauce. I don't want you to drop it.
Oh, Patrick brings up a very good point. Good thing we have a bum gun.
Ah.
Right, that does make eating spicy food much easier. Patrick, are you in Thailand now, or are you in some other part of Asia at the moment? I think he's been around quite a few spots.
Because if he no bum gun, he must be here before.
Of course, he's been here before. Yeah. This is not that. So he's looking for 100 plus. I think a few of those were 100 plus.
100
I think a few of those were like 144, 134.
Some is like 200.
Yeah. All right, let's I'll show you guys some. I poured a little bit too much into there. I'll tell you what though, it has a really nice red color to it. Wouldn't you say, babe? It's like it's got a nice deep red brown. So right off, do I have coffee left? Yeah, I have a couple sips. So I've got a few bits of roasted pepper in here. I'm assuming that's what the black is because there was no black pepper in the.
Try small, just like touch it and.
Yeah.
Ooh, smaller.
Go big or go home, right? So here we go.
No.
So a little bit of spice there for sure. Coats the mouth nicely, I think, because it's so thin. So here's the thing: it's not really hot on the tongue. Oh, it's coming in now. Now it's kind of the sugar daddy. Jib will be eating this for like 2 days, Joe. So you get a little bit of the spice on the tongue now. It kind of comes in a second wave. Oh, I'm getting the hiccups. I'm going to have to go get some water. Oh, Jib's going to get it for me. This always happens when I eat something spicy. It's not so spicy, though. But it's definitely, you feel it in the throat. You get little bits of the burnt chili in the back. Oh, really violent hiccups. Jim's gonna grab me some water. If I take a sip of water, the hiccups will go away. Oh, they're kind of. No, I was about to say they're gone, but not gone. This happens like anytime I eat something spicy. So it's a known reaction, if you will. I just need to take a big gulp of water. Thank you, Ben. All right, that should do it. Oh, matcha? Nice. Some matcha soy milk to soothe this. Oh, it's still there. Oh, okay. Maybe. He says it's good on chicken. I didn't see that. That's like Jib said, it smells like the sauce that Isan people eat with chicken.
I would try with grilled beef.
Yeah, beef. Yeah, could be good.
Like fatty part.
Yeah. And maybe next time we're at the market, I'll grab you like a flank or something. Cook it here, and you can try the sauce. Flavor-wise, it's really good. You get a lot of that red wine vinegar. The flavor in the habanero really comes through. Quite nice. Patrick says he's in Dallas now, but spent most of 2019 in Thailand. Also bought a bum gun from my bathroom in Dallas. Dude, Patrick.
How can you install in the bathroom?
So a lot of them that they just cut into the they'll just punch into the hose on the tank. So you can just hook it up that way. I know so many people who have bum guns in the US after coming here. They'll buy one and bring it back with them, or they'll buy one from Home Depot. But honestly, you get the better bum guns here in Thailand. They have the metal ones with the nice trigger. I need to grab my bandana. I'll be right back. Babe, keep everyone occupied.
Just so you know, Dana lives here for many years. But like he just tried a bum gun just a couple years. Before this, he refused to use it. And he's like, why you have this in the bathroom? And now he cannot stop using it.
Yeah, it's true. I was a difficult bum gun convert. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird to like shoot water in your ass. It's so different. And what ended up happening one day, I ate a spicy meal. I had to go to the bathroom. I was all out of toilet paper, and I just let it rip. And it was the greatest experience ever as far as like hygiene. I was like, I'm never going back. Now wherever we live, I make sure we have high pressure bum guns. Like when we looked at new places, I always grab the bum gun and squirt it. And actually, I remember when we looked here, I squirted the bum gun and nothing came out. I was like, oh no. And it was like just a little dribble. And the realtor was like, no, I have to turn on the pump. And she ran outside, turned the pump on. It was like high pressure. I'm like, okay. Sweating like crazy now after the chili. It's good though. So flavor wise, really good habanero flavor. The fire roasted habanero gives it like a nice depth. Very salty though. Like you really get a lot of salt in this, but the red wine vinegar cuts through everything really nice. So I can see how if you put this on something fatty, like a fatty beef or chicken with like really fatty skin, or even chicken wings, or something fried, like fried tofu even, this would be really good on. You'll get a really nice, like that vinegar will cut through the fat and you'll get like a really nice rounded flavor. And I think if you put this on something fatty, it will coat your whole mouth, right? So you'll get like a full coating of fat like in your mouth with the spiciness. So it'll be a very nice experience. Oh, Patrick, actually, you're in Dallas. So like I have one of my design studio clients is in Fort Worth, but which I guess is near Dallas. But I know Austin's far away, but I was talking to another one of my clients the other day yesterday in Austin. I guess it was snowing in Austin yesterday.
Snow
in Texas, which is strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not every places have
no.
snow.
That part of America almost never snows. Especially Austin's like right on the southern Texas border with Mexico. Like they don't get snow.
So it's kind of warm.
Yeah.
Like winter is not snow like other parts.
No, so winter there will still be like it'll be cooler, but it won't be. It'll be cool, but it won't be snowing. I remember when I lived in North Carolina, it snowed for the first time in like 20 years, like
But wait,
a quarter inch, not even.
if it's not like normally not snow there, but when it happened, how can like the building
They can't.
work with like snow?
So when it happened in North Carolina when I lived there, they declared a state of emergency, and it was only like little flurries.
Because here for Thai house, like our old Thai house, we didn't build it to fight winter because we don't really have a real winter.
Yeah.
But some year, it like the temp go down too cold until people freezing day in the house.
Usually
that
in
happens
Texas,
sometime.
it doesn't get that cold, but places where they have winter normally, like Chicago, every year people will freeze to death. Yeah.
Scary.
So Steve says in a few hours you'll have a new definition of flamethrower. I don't think this will be bad coming out. It's not that bad. Spicy wise, it's not bad going in. I always hiccup when I eat spicy stuff. So that's not an indication of the heat level. That's just me. Heat wise though, it's not bad. It's very tolerable. I'll finish this rice and hot sauce. It won't bother me. It sounds delicious. Yeah, it absolutely is, man. It's fantastic. Like I said, the vinegariness here really cuts through. It really cuts through the flavors, and I think like if you were to put this on something fatty, like I said, you'd have a great sauce. Can I see the bottle again, babe? I just want to see is salt number 2 or vinegar? Red wine vinegar is number 2, water then salt. So salt's the fourth ingredient. So I mean, there's only 6 ingredients, so it could be a lot or a little, who knows. But it's very salty. You definitely get saltiness, but I could see why if you put this on meat or if you put this on something that didn't have salt on it but was fatty, like fried tofu even or grilled vegetables, would be fantastic. So Jib, yes or no on the sugar daddy?
Yes, but it might be like half a day to finish this.
Yeah. Jib eats candy very slow. Snow today in Dallas too. Wow. So Patrick, does Dallas normally get snow every year, or is this like a rarity? Like, has it not snowed in like a decade there? Have you tried truff? Best red chili infused with Italian black truffle oil hot sauce. No, I have not. Truff. Is that a brand, Born Nomad Productions, or that's something else? Oh, Joe said he's tried it. He has tried it. So it's a chili sauce or it's the chili itself? I'm curious. But what is it? As far as is it you get it as a sauce, you get it as a whole chili? How does that work? I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Yes, the hot is all I buy now. Expensive, and so it's a sauce, I guess, because it comes in different levels. All I buy now, expensive in the AU. Oh, in Australia, yeah. I really want to try. I've always wanted to try the secret Aardvark hot sauce. I couldn't get. Amazon wouldn't ship it to Thailand for me. I mean, it's been a pain to get, and everyone seems to love secret Aardvark. I think it comes from Portland, and there's like 3 different sauces and like a couple marinades. I was gonna get like a 3-pack of the sauce from Amazon, and like, oh, we can't ship this to Thailand. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, the vinegar's a bit much to just put it on rice, but if it was on, like I said, something fatty, like this would be really good.
On you?
Fatty on the outside, not fatty on the inside. Yeah, that is a fantastic hot sauce, Joe. Have any of you guys ever tried the secret Aardvark hot sauce? Am I missing anything? Or wow, Jib finished it. Oh, she's still good. She's working on it. If you guys have tried the secret Aardvark, let me know. Am I missing something or not that big a deal? Should I not worry about it? When I first moved here, you couldn't get American sriracha sauce.
Boy, Sriracha is Thai name.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's the name of the district
Yeah, it's a
in
province or
Chonburi
district.
district.
So the Thai sriracha sauce is kind of sweet, not that spicy, not vinegary at all.
Sour from vinegar.
Not compared to the American. To me, the Thai sriracha sauce that you buy at the
Next
grocery
time
store.
I buy Thai sriracha, you still have an American sriracha, man?
Yeah.
You taste it here and
Okay.
you tell your friends.
But the first one I bought from the grocery store, it was too sweet.
I think they have many recipes.
But we'll try another one. So Steve says he's lived in California his whole life, never been snowed upon here. Yeah, I don't. It snows in Northern California though, right? You guys have ski resorts and stuff, or I guess in Eastern California as well. Now, that heat lingers. It's quite nice. 51 Fahrenheit in Florida.
What is in Celsius?
It's gonna be like 10.
Oh,
10 Celsius maybe.
holy.
Hey Siri, what is 51 Fahrenheit in Celsius?
It's 10.6 degrees Celsius.
10.6. 10.6 degrees C. Dallas's average is less than 1 inch a year, so basically never. Oh, Joe, you're the man. Yeah, if you can find it, if you send something, man, that'd be awesome. Appreciate it. But let me know what you think. I've never get to try it. I think I first heard of it on Hot Ones, and then a lot of people started talking about it, like going crazy.
Clip some for me now.
Oh, this is just Matcha Soy Milk. Higher climbs get snow like Lake Tahoe or Arrowhead, but never. Yeah, when I lived in Monterey, obviously no snow right on the bay. But I remember when I lived in Monterey, one of my friends went skiing, I think, and he went in California, if I'm not mistaken. It's 20 years ago, so I don't know. I feel like everything now that's over 10 years, I'm just saying it was 20 years ago, even if it was like 13. I'm at that age now where I can just be like, it was 20 years ago.
20 years
You
ago
want a sugar daddy?
when you were 40.
Alawa. Give the name of it again. So it's called Secret Aardvark. Secret Aardvark hot sauce. Another good one that I'm probably never going to try this one, but everyone seems to like it from Hot Ones is the Bomb Beyond Insanity. That's the one that everyone says tastes horrible. So I don't even know how, like, it's so hot. People like lose their mind eating this chicken wing. If you've ever seen Hot Ones where they eat, I think it's 10 wings in increasing hotness. And everyone hates the Bomb. They all say, oh, it tastes horrible. Like, it's spicy, but it doesn't even taste good. So why would you eat it? I saw the Bomb extract available here once in Thailand, but it was like 7,000 baht for like a couple grams. And it's like something that you would put like a drop of it in like a soup. But
For what?
To make it spicy. Like if you put
We
like
have lots of fresh chili here that you can enjoy.
Yeah. But this is like spicy. Jib, do you want to try the hot stuff? No, she says no. Joe says you should try it. After the sugar daddy. No, she's not. She'll try it on beef, I think. We'll report back. Next time you order beef or chicken from the market.
Maybe I can get like a grilled pork neck from
Pork neck,
Auntie.
yeah. Right,
It's
go
a
get pork
fatty.
neck. You can try the.
Ooh, neat. You might try it, like compare this sauce and Auntie sauce. It's quite similar smell.
I think the depth from the red wine vinegar in this will really be interesting to you.
Yeah.
I should say, I know that I was talking to my son last night in America. He was saying he watches the live stream sometimes, but he never comments. I was like, oh, you should comment. He's like, nah, it's okay. Because I was like, I was asking like if I was like, I can't remember if I told him I had surgery or not. And he's like, oh yeah, I saw it on your live stream. You don't need to tell me. But yeah, he has a YouTube channel too. He posts Roadblocks videos. Like he makes on like just little clips on Roadblocks. He used to do stop motion video stuff too. Like having like just fun with like his Legos and stuff. You sure you don't want to try the hot sauce? A little bit of rice?
No rice left.
Oh, no, there's no rice left. Hey, Joe says hi to Lay if you're out there. If you're watching. I don't know if he's going to be watching or not. He might be in bed already. It's almost 10 there. Lots of ski resorts in Cali, but all in the mountains above 5,000 feet. In Silicon Valley, we're at 90 feet. Yeah, I remember when I was in Monterey, it gets a couple hundred feet above sea level, but not a lot. When I was in, I forget where we went, that it was pretty high elevation to the point where it was like almost thin air. Was it Big Sur or Big Bear? Something like that. Big Sur, Big Bear, Big something. We were high up. And you definitely felt like a little lightheaded if you exercised a bit.
Oh.
And actually, there were a couple fighters and a couple MMA fighters back in the day based out of California that would hold their fight camps up at elevation in California.
That's good.
Yeah, to build up more red blood cells.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there was an event in Mexico City, which is I think like a kilometer above sea level. And there was a fighter who was known for his cardio, and he had a fight on that card in Mexico City and gassed out. So, what's the where you guys are at now? You guys have good air quality? Because unfortunately, Bangkok has been up in the orange. We're at 143 right now, AQI. Yesterday at 120. My buddy, sometimes he'll come on the stream. He'll be in the chat. Greg Maganja. He's in Mexico at the moment. He asked me how the air quality was in Bangkok, and I sent him a screenshot last night. It was 119, I think, or 121. So we run our air purifier in the house most days, and but the temperature's been so nice, and the humidity level's been so low. We've been leaving the door open, but where we're at, I think, because we have the garden outside, we have the air purifiers inside. Oh, you got 80 right now?
Ow.
Mine's showing 143.
109.
Oh.
No, Watana is a big district. This is a school on the soy 89.
I'll have to update my app. So Jib's showing 109 at the moment. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of air quality issue here. But usually with the air purifier inside, it tells us what the level is. So it's been like very healthy in the house. I think again, because we have the garden outside, we have a wall around the place, and we run the air purifiers. We run. Take a sip. Jib's gonna drink the Dr. Aspirin elixir.
My spoon.
Oh, she's gonna try it. Joe, you got your wish. Jib's gonna try the hot sauce.
Oh.
Just it pours very fast, so be careful. There you go. Just a drop. Jim's gonna try 2 drops here. You ready? Pet my pet?
My pet.
Drink now. Let it sit for a minute. See if it picks up. You feel it in your throat? I got the heat in my throat, which is kind of a nice place to get it.
I feel it on my tongue. It's like warm.
Yeah.
But it's not burn. Just so you know, in at my school, they have like a cooking program. And one of the recipe, the food that they sell is well, it might translate as a chili soup.
Chili soup.
Remember the one that with the coconut milk and the sliced pork?
Oh yeah.
And I pick
oh yeah, all the hundreds of chilies out.
Yes, that's more spicy. It's spicier than this one.
Yeah, of course. There was 100 fresh chilies in it.
No problem.
Nice.
I can eat this. Joe, I can eat this. No problem.
So you think that would be good with the pork neck?
Of course, like
Yeah.
the grilled pork neck
Mm.
or the like a medium steak.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, burger.
Mine, not burger, like a cut beef,
No,
not patty.
like prime burger.
My prime is prime. Let it be. Just let it there. You don't mix it. My
So Jib has tried the hot stuff. She approves, Joe. Definitely.
อร่อย
approves.
อร่อย It's
Mm.
delicious. It's spicy, but not bad. It's not burn. Joe, when you hear if you like spicy food, I will take you to the restaurant that they sell leng. It's like
So what?
it's called leng, tom leng.
Oh, Tom
The one
Leng.
that
Yeah.
might try.
Oh, Tom Leng is a monkey.
Leng, not ling. Leng is like the soup bone.
Okay.
It's like the back piece of
Okay.
like maybe I don't know, it's a cow or a pig,
Mm.
but they boil it to get the soup, and when like some meat left
Oh, the spine
over,
soup, spinal soup.
yeah, and then they will like add like lime and other herb and lots of chili.
Mm.
So you will sweat when you just sip the soup.
Yeah.
So normally you don't like really eat the meat, but you just enjoy the soup because it's the flavor in the soup.
Mm.
Not bad. I'm not sweat at all.
Yeah, in like Louisiana, spinal, like people cook spine soup all the time. And they'll like cook the spine into a roux, and
Mm.
then like make the soup off that base.
Yeah.
So Steve asked, did you totally dig living in Monterey? Downtown Monterey is an hour, 10 minutes door to door from my house. So I did love living in Monterey. It had its ups and downs though. So personally, I don't like to drive. And basically, if you want to do anything in Monterey, you're driving somewhere. And it's not because of all the elevation in Monterey, it's not really a bikeable city. You can bike down, but you can't bike back up. I think now
You can walk with bike.
Yeah. So I think now with an e-bike, maybe it's like a little bit better. Like you could ride,
But not with your weight.
well, you could ride a bike normally and then e-bike back up.
Yeah, but with your 150 kg will
I am
be
not
able.
150 kg, but yeah, no, you could definitely just have a high 1,000-watt motor on your bike. But yeah, because I don't like to drive. That's the downside of Monterey. And there's awesome stuff to do in Monterey. Like, and when I was there's no franchises in Monterey, so everything in Monterey was like independently owned, like a mom and pop place. Even the movie theater, it was kind of like America's version of Scala. And they had the movie theater there had couches in it even.
Huh?
Yeah, like it was like a.
So you fall asleep
You could, yeah.
when you watch a movie?
Yeah. Then they had like bean bags. Wow. Have a sip of that soy milk. They had like it just got like a little flash of the spice. Okay. So yeah, you could do the they had like bean bags and couches in the movie theater.
Oh.
Like some really good restaurants in downtown Monterey, some great movie theater, great place to be. Pebble Beach, obviously awesome. Go kayaking out there in the bay. Great spot. But if you wanted, like, everything was in, I think it's Pacific Grove, which is right over the border. If you wanted to get anything, like, you had to go to Pacific Grove and check it out, right? So
Talk about theater. If you here in Bangkok want to try new experience at the Paragon, they have like a theater with bed.
With a bed,
like full size bed, like just like for two.
What does that cost?
A lot.
No,
but just like one time, you try it one time just to get experience. That's all.
Is it a bed in the middle of the theater, or like are there other people around?
Other
or is
people
it like a
around.
private theater?
It's like a kind of a look like a business class. Like they have like a
business class.
Like look like they have a position separate you from people who see you.
Has anyone gotten caught having sex in the theater yet?
I don't know.
It's
Maybe.
possible, right? I'm sure it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for sure. Oh, so Joe says tasty trio secret aardvark sauce just ordered. Nice. Joe, when it comes in, let me know how it is. I'm very excited to find out about that. Love the spicy. Actually, I'm still the flavor of this is pretty much died out, but I still have like a little bit of tingle on my tongue, which I love. Just not the spicy sausage. Yeah, he just doesn't want to get the spicy sausage from Cowboy.
ฮะ ไม่ try ไส้อั่วนี่
Cowboy spicy sausage. Oh wow, yeah. So let me hold this up here. Oh, so the whole theater is beds.
ใช่ใช่
You guys can see that. That's in Paragon, movie theater full of beds.
Yeah, you can search Paragon Theater.
Someone's definitely gonna have sex on those beds. I guarantee it. But like I would not pay to. I have a hard time staying awake during most movies anyway. I'm not about to pay for a bed in a movie theater where I'm just gonna pass out and not see the movie.
ใช่
That's the main reason we don't get the couch seat that often.
So they say it's like a 5-star service in that theater with the bed. Yeah.
Of course.
They have
What's it cost?
serve the food and drink.
Does it come with a condom and a mint on the pillow?
That now.
So I think that I think that
I don't know how much.
I would not go because again we get the couch seat sometimes, but if it's nighttime and we go to the movies, I'm gonna pass out in the couch seat for sure. Even the normal seats,
He snore.
like my normal scholar seat, I will pass out in. It will happen. So I can't be getting the bed.
I hear you snore.
Maybe, yeah, occasionally I'll fall asleep during a movie and snore, and Jib will have to like hit me.
ใช่ even like a action movie just
Yeah. So I fall asleep during some movies I definitely should not have. I think I fell asleep during the second John Wick or the first John Wick.
I don't know, you fall asleep at almost every movie
Unless
because it's like it's dark
unless
and like
it's a Marvel movie.
it's like we not really sit and do nothing.
Oh, you know what I fell asleep during was Solo, the Han Solo movie. Because it was that scene in the mine was so dark, I couldn't stay awake. And I was like, I remember like I was like, oh, like the scene is so dark. There's no light. I'm just like, passed out, and Jib woke me up. So I was snoring.
Because like you miss like a
Big chunk to the
good
story.
part
Yeah.
thing, Oh, for the spicy sausage, actually there's a northern recipe different from Isan.
Oh.
Joe should try that one.
Huh?
Maybe he likes.
We can get you the whole sausage run, Joe. Yeah, so Carmel is cool, Pacific Grove. Yeah, so basically anytime I need to get anything, I needed to go to Pacific Grove, Steve, because that's where all the stores were. And actually, I ended up dating a girl who was an Air Force captain when I was there, and I met her in Pacific Grove. I think it was a Borders
What
or
is
a Barnes and
Pacific
Noble.
Grove?
It's this town next to Monterey.
Oh,
When I lived in California. Yeah, but yeah, overall, it's a great part of the country. I mean, beautiful weather all year. Great place to hang out and live
Is
in.
it expensive to live there?
Stupid expensive. Monterey, like the average house, this is 20 years ago. 18 years ago. The average cost of a house in Monterey, I think, was like $2 million US, like 60 million baht.
For what size?
Like a 2-bedroom bungalow.
What?
Yeah. So Monterey actually has there's a lot of really big houses in Monterey, but most of them are like just really small houses. They're just stupid expensive.
Oh my! And what? Just to have like a good weather there.
Perfect.
You pay for that?
Not good weather. Perfect weather.
Okay.
Perfect weather, and live on one of the most gorgeous beaches in the country, Pebble Beach.
Maybe it's worth. But
Mm.
if you are a billionaire,
And also because Monterey everything's up a hill basically, and like almost every hill in Monterey has a sign that says like more than 17% grade incline. Be careful, because as you're driving up, it's like it's very it's difficult. It's difficult to drive up and down those hills. But so basically, every house though has a great view.
So it's like like a Korea, like
I'm familiar with the country. Yes.
Like Korea is like a not many place that like flat.
Yeah.
It's like have to walk uphill to go to the restaurant and then walk down like Yeah, it's fun, but every day I'm not sure.
It'd be tough to do it daily, right? Like every
Oh.
day walking the hills.
Chai. Imagine if you have like a broken leg.
It would suck. Like what was the a Parasite, the movie, even like where the guy lived on that shitty street they lived on was on a hill and their house was underground.
Ah, it's like looks like a basement.
Yeah.
It's like a cheapest
Mm.
room that they can get.
Yeah.
Because it's like no wheel and it's like street level.
Yeah.
You don't get a good
And that
air
keeps
quality.
flooding.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Joe, you ordered one for me too. Thank you, brother. You ordered the secret aardvark sauce, so hopefully it's good. He's gonna try it and let us know. He likes blood sausage. You like blood cake, Joe?
It's different.
Have you ever? Yeah, but like, have you ever had Thai blood cake?
It's a soup.
No.
Soup with a blood cake.
But some people eat the blood cake just like normal, right? Like on a plate.
Can, but just the blood cake itself, you need like a dipping, like a spicy, sour, vinegary dipping.
You like it with the soup that you used to
blood.
get the duck blood cake
Yeah.
in the soup, and you would add vinegar.
Chai.
Yeah. So, Joe, have you ever tried Thai blood cake? Have not had in a long time. 40 years ago, my grandmother made it from scratch. Blood cake or blood sausage? Oh, never had the. He's talking about the sausage. He's never had the blood cake.
Oh, okay.
The
you can try.
Yeah, if you like blood
like
sausage,
nice
you might like the blood cake. Jib used
so
to get
here, like we have like a pork blood cake. So it's like soft, and they make a clear soup and add a pork blood cake and a ground pork ball and some vegetable. So it's like we eat it as a breakfast with rice.
Yeah, I think that the duck blood cake looks richer than the pork blood cake.
It's like a palo soup, more like flavor.
Yeah, Jib would get it and add it, like get the soup. When we lived in Pachani Wet, I think I talked about this 1,000 times because I love this food market. There was a food market for dinner behind our condo, but on that soy right before the market, there was a couple of restaurants until one of the buildings fell apart and they ripped them all down.
It's like 25 years old, and like the district office tried to like ask people to move out because it's too old and not safe to live in. So they don't charge for the rent, monthly rent. They don't get it for like maybe 5 years that people refuse to move out. But when one building collapsed, like the front just like someone cut it open like that. So people move out right away.
Yeah. Now I remember so we'll talk about this because we lost power one night, and this is the night that the collapse happened. We lost power for a couple minutes, right? And it came back up. They rerouted it, but we're like, well, I think that was like maybe the second time ever in like years that we lost power in that location. Like,
sometimes it happened like a squirrel or bird stuck into like what you call the big
the transformer.
Sometimes it's exploded. It happened, but then the power come back like 5 minutes later.
And so our condo, the power came back, but we looked out the window and we couldn't see power up on the top part of the soy. And we were about to go to dinner anyway, so we're like, all right, so let's go. And we go out the back of the building, and there's no electricity on the soy behind us either. So the way that neighborhood was, it kind of was D-shaped. You can finish, man. And so it was kind of D-shaped. And so you would walk out, and like that whole curved part of the D had no power. And so we walk back to the food market, and everything's dark, but the vendors are still there. And so there was this dessert auntie who made the best mango sticky rice, the best kanom chun. We saw her and we're like, hey, what's going on?
Pad Thai.
And yeah, she made really good pad thai. She made pad thai, which was crazy. But and her husband, they were like, had to be in their 70s. And because their kids were like our age.
Younger.
Yeah. Oh, they're younger than us? Their daughter looked, I don't want to say that, but.
Babe, you can't use me as a standard.
True. But but they great couple. But we walked out and we asked her like, hey, what's going on? Why is there no power? And we could see like emergency lights out back. And she goes, oh, one of the buildings fell down. and like fell down. She's like, yeah, just the front. I'm like, what? And I'm like, well, we got to go look at this, right? 'Cause I need to see what happened that this went down. And so we walked over a little bit on the other side of the market and, just follow the emergency lights, like that flashing orange strobe. We get there and they don't even have the road blocked off, right? So we can walk right down and see. And so they're row homes, they're like townhomes. And so like probably 4 or 5 of them, the front just fell off of it. So like the first meter into the place just fell off.
Like you cut a cake.
Yeah, like you cut the front off a cake. Like an asshole, you just cut the edge off a round cake.
Yeah.
But you could see right into them. And like one of them in the middle, I remember like looking in it, and it like this funny scene in my mind. But it was a reclining chair, like a lazy boy, and an old TV, like an old CRT TV propped up on some like wooden boxes, like a wooden crate, and a fan, just like a standing fan like you would have in a home. And that was all that was in this room, but it all looked like dingy. And I just imagine in my head, there was probably like some old uncle, like 60, 70-year-old uncle sitting in that chair in his underwear with the fan blowing on him to keep him cool, watching TV on this old CRT. And like that's the vision I had in my mind the whole time. But yeah, they tore that block down like the next week. Right, like the bulldozers came in, they just knocked it down, then they slowly cleared the rubble away. And the district office came in, they condemned the rest of the neighborhood. So like everything behind us had to close if it was one of these row homes. And so the shop that Jib used to get the duck blood cake soup from was in one of these shop houses. And they stayed open as long as they could. Like they would just open the front and still be open, even though there was tape in front of all the other houses. And then he opened a cart on the same soy after they knocked his building down. So like he just put a cart out in front of or on the corner essentially from where his shop used to be. And then what did he sell in the morning? He sold something different for breakfast. Because remember he opened
noodle.
Noodles, yeah. But no, he opened a
Always.
different cart and he was selling something else.
Maybe someone else cart.
Maybe
They share the space.
But yeah, that was one of the funnier things that we kind of ran into was this whole like just place fell apart. Like in that one room, like I said, I remember pointing it to Jib. I was like, I bet you there's an old guy in his underwear watching TV when that happened. And the whole front of his house just fell off. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Scary.
But good thing no one was hurt. And I think like 1 or 2 cars got crushed. Like people who were parked illegally, their car got crushed. But I mean you weren't supposed to be parked there anyway. So whatever. You got what you deserved. So he's never had the blood cake. Oh, so your grandmother was from Portugal. So did you grow up eating a lot of seafood? Because over the river from Rhode Island, where I grew up, or over the bay. So there's a town called Fall River. It's in Massachusetts, full of Portuguese people. And a lot of them are fishermen, a lot of fishers out of Fall River. And so like you always got like the Portuguese fisherman stew or the Portuguese chicken. There's all these Portuguese restaurants out there. And I remember growing up eating the Portuguese sweet rolls, Portuguese fisherman stew. If you went to Fall River or New Bedford, like that's what you had. And then East Providence, which was the town on the other side, big Portuguese population. And you'd eat you'd go there and like all this great Portuguese food. You get
never try it.
So good.
I don't know.
So remember Dave from Short Ball Dave from America?
Everyone shorter than you.
Dave from the U.S.
Yeah.
So he brought me to a Portuguese restaurant in East Providence once, and this is before I was vegan. And some of the best chicken and seafood. There's like grilled chicken and like seafood, so good.
Why I miss all that good old time when you still eat meat.
The pre-vegan era.
Oh.
Also, Joe will try the blood cake when he's here.
Okay.
The duck blood. I think you'll like it, man. If you like blood sausage, that sort of irony flavor is what Jib describes in the blood cake. And then you put the vinegar and it kind of cuts through. A lot of seafood. I'll tell you, man, to me, Portuguese food is like one of the least appreciated foods in America, or the most underappreciated. It's so good, and like the flavors are fantastic. You get into like the Portuguese fisherman stew has like chunks of white fish and like different seafood in there. Portuguese rice, like a Portuguese version of paella, which is all seafood. It's so good. The way they make their breads. I mean, to me, it's probably, I don't know, outside of Rhode Island, Rhode Island and Massachusetts, like I never really saw it as prominently. But when you're in Rhode Island, when you're in Massachusetts, it's everywhere. And you can get really good Portuguese food. The other one was deep fried, what they call smelts, like the little sardine fish.
Oh.
They would serve those as appetizers at Portuguese restaurants. And the little fish, they deep fry them, and they'd serve them with like a vinegary chili sauce, kind of like this hot sauce, or like the Isan sauce. And you dip the little fried fish in there and eat that. So good. So the way that Portuguese people do like shellfish, like oysters and stuff, fantastic.
Oh.
I did not see chicken came in a package till I was 12. Yeah, I'll tell you, one of my favorite restaurants in Fall River. I remember I went to a grappling tournament in Massachusetts, and then afterwards, me and some friends went to this Portuguese rotisserie chicken spot out in Fall River. It was like the best chicken. You could order like a quarter bird, half bird, full bird. And I was like, I'll do a half. And one of the guys was like, dude, you look hungry. It's really good chicken. Just get the full bird and do the bird and fries. And they basically would they'd make a big basket of fries and fill your plate up with French fries. So it'd be like 4 orders of the fries from Sunrise.
What?
And then they'd put the chicken on top of that.
Okay.
And so the chicken had been cooking in the rotisserie for hours. So it's all like broken down and soft and delicious, juicy. And so all the juice from the chicken would drip onto the fries. And so you got like these like chicken fatty fries with the chicken. It was really good.
Oh.
And because it's rotisserie chicken, and it's super dry in the rotisserie, the skin is like super crisp. And so you pull the skin off, and like the outside is crisp, but the inside still fatty.
Uh-huh.
Here I am, vegan, talking about crispy chicken skin. This is why other vegans hate me. I'm sure of it. But yeah, I think to me, that was one of the best chicken spots. Is Portuguese, and the Portuguese seasoning, like whatever they do with that. One of my good buddies in high school, this guy Jack, I used to spend like every weekend at his house. Like Fridays, I would go over his place, or he'd come over my place. And he was Portuguese. Both his parents were from Portugal. And his mom would make some banging Portuguese food for sure. Yeah, legit. Jib wishes I wasn't vegan.
ใช่
Right? She always ends up having a compromise on what she wants to eat. Oh, can't go here, no salad. But you've kind of warmed up to some of the food that I eat, or some of the restaurants,
like what?
May Veggie.
Yes, that's good one.
Yeah, there's a couple things you like from Vegan or So Vegan.
So vegan.
Yeah,
Not vegan.
you like a couple of the desserts at Vegan.
Yes, but not the food.
No, the food. Vegan is the food's unique, right? Because they make Western style food.
I don't know, but like the taste is like not for me.
Yeah.
Let's say.
I would definitely say the best vegan spot in Bangkok, like overall, like quality of food, health wise, flavor wise, is probably Tammy's spot, Nourish Cafe. Right? Like,
yeah, I like Tammy.
Yeah, like the food you're gonna get there is gonna taste the best, be the most fulfilling. But I say So Vegan's probably like for fast food vegan, probably like the spot.
So vegan.
Yeah.
Many like a Thai recipe.
The problem with their Thai food is too oily. So I just get the veggie burger, 89 baht, good to go. I'll tell you that vegan Prime burger, the Beyond Meat burger from Prime, that's legit. But it's like 400 baht. Even Mike liked Mike had the beef burger. He loved it. But yeah, it's like huge. So you like that hot sauce on fries? I'll definitely try that on fries. Yeah. I think the best French fries in Bangkok are probably Sunrise Taco. Best French fries overall, like crispy, soft, really good French fry. If you haven't already, you should try Datu Puti hot spiced white vinegar, popular in the Philippines. Datu Puti. All right, I'm gonna check that out. White vinegar. So it's like the same distilled vinegar I guess we get here in Thailand. So there's a lot of Thai restaurants will have white vinegar with Thai chilies in it, pickled Thai chilies on the table when you go there, and you can just sort of spoon that onto your food. I'm notorious for putting way too much on my food. I love that spicy vinegar, but I'll definitely try the Filipino style. I've never had it. Sorry, Dana. I like meat. I get it, man. Like what I do, like my diet is not for everyone, man. No one should eat like all vegetables if they don't want to. Jib eats. I think a lot of the places we tend to go to are places where we can both get what we want. So I can get something with only vegetables and Jib can get something with meat. Like those are the restaurants that we gravitate to. Like if we go to a vegan place, like if we go to May Veggie, it's because we both want to have something from May Veggie. Jib's not getting the vegan burger at May Veggie. She's getting like one of the curries or the soup, right? Something that she really likes. Jib's not going to get down with the vegan substitute stuff, but she'll do like just a really well made dish that happens to be veggie. If they do it well, she'll get it. But our favorite spot is probably I think our favorite spot to go to together is the Chinese spot in MBK, right? I mean, as far as like something we can both get. Food wise, Jib can get like a traditional like
Chinese
mudang or something
Chinese
like that,
soup.
Yeah, Chinese soup or a fried rice, and I can get a
with
vegan,
MSG.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that. The MSG, I can get a vegan version of the same Chinese thing.
Yeah, they have like a two menu separate.
Yeah, but one of the things that's hilarious about this spot is that it's they use so much MSG. I mean, their food's delicious, right? Because if you use that much MSG, it has to be. But so much MSG that we both leave there and our face will be numb. Like our nose, our ears will be numb. And but the food's delicious, right? I mean, but you just can't eat a lot of it.
Not everyday food.
Not even every month food. Like I think we can go there 2 or 3 times a year, and then that's your limit.
I think that day I just ate all the soup. It's like a Szechuan style. So it's like spicy and sour and soup is so good. So I eat everything in that.
I like the Szechuan tofu stir fry with the cashew nuts and like the thick red sauce. Yeah. So good. Very spicy, very delicious. But super MSG. But yeah, one of my like as far as like if I'm gonna go somewhere with Jib, like that's one of our favorite spots. And actually that's great. We used to be able to walk there from Scala. So a lot of times we would go to like a weekend movie at Scala, then walk to MBK and eat there, and then be like, we shouldn't have eaten there. I can't feel my nose.
I can't feel my sheet. Yeah.
And actually Jib's favorite custard shop is in MBK as well. Thai custard.
Mon.
Yeah, good. That's a good spot. Then Prime Burger, of course, right? Because they do the Beyond Meat burger, and Jib likes the beef burger with the bacon. Yeah, but they do smash. I think it's one of the only smash burgers in Bangkok is Prime Burger, and so they get that crispy edge on the beef. But you can't really do a smash style burger with the Beyond Meat; it doesn't hold up as well. But with the real beef, their smash burgers look legit. San Jose has some great Portuguese bakeries, but a few restaurants. Oh man, Portuguese bakeries are, dude. This is an issue now, right? Because last time we talked about Vietnamese food, I got the banh mi for lunch, and now because I was craving it, now we're talking about like Portuguese bakeries. I'm not going to be able to get Portuguese baked goods anywhere in Bangkok. Now I'm going to be craving it.
But we have to find like the community or where they like are.
I've never seen a Portuguese bakery in Bangkok.
I don't know. We have like a German.
Japanese bakeries are really popular. Yeah, there's a couple Germans.
A couple German.
What would you call the Holy Bakery? I used to really like because they had vegan stuff, but they're out of our delivery range now.
What is that?
It's the one on 18, Holy Bakery.
18.
I used to get that mushroom panini.
I like it.
And they sold the sourdough. It's like you got the. Remember, I bought you the steak and ale pie.
Oh, the
From-
one that near the condo?
Chai. It was like 10-minute delivery.
No, you walk there. to
We
get-
could, but like when I got Food Panda, they would deliver to there. Joseph, sweet potato fries. Oh, I love sweet potato fries. They have to be done right though. Too many places don't fry them right, and they're just soggy. Right? If you get like really good sweet potato fries, they're crispy, but they still have that sweet potato flavor. Has distilled vinegar, hot chili, onion, garlic, great with fish and rice.
Mm.
Okay, so you know the one here in Thailand, they don't have the onion in it. It's usually just distilled vinegar, Thai chili, the bird's eye chilies with some seeds, and sometimes a few slices of garlic. I've never seen onion in it, but that sounds really good. I might make that myself.
No, if we add onion, it must be fish sauce. Like we add red onion.
Fish sauce. Maybe
Red onion, garlic,
Mm.
lime, fish sauce,
I've
and
got
chili.
I've got to redo my pickled chili jar because I think some of the lime I put in there kind of went bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to redo that. I'll do that I'll add onion in this time, like a couple slices of fresh onion, just to see. I think this time too, I'm just gonna add lime juice, not the whole lime, or maybe I'll just zest the skin a little bit because I think the lime kind of went bad in the pickling.
Chai.
Yeah. Oh, you got homemade sauce. You're gonna say, oh, that'll be a whole episode eating Joe's homemade hot sauce. Nice. So you gotta, when you send it, tell us what Jib should eat hers with, and I'll just have mine with like some rice and beans or something or some tofu. But Jib can have hers with like chicken or steak, pork, whatever. We'll try it on the live stream. We just need to know the appropriate accompaniment for it. Accompaniment. I can't speak. Blah, 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 blah. Do you think Mike will try the hot sauce? I don't know. Mike's not a spicy food lover, but I will definitely ask him to try it. Maybe I'll tell him it's not spicy. Mike isn't. I don't know. Maybe he likes spicy stuff. I've never seen him eat anything spicy. But keep in mind, right? So he lived in Mexico for years. So he very well may like at least like that Mexican level of spiciness, like jalapenos, like chipotles, things like that. So the habanero sauce probably wouldn't be outside his comfort zone. But yeah, like he's seen me like pile on chilies to food and been like, "What the fuck what's wrong with you, Dana?" For sure. So I'll ask him on Wednesday though. If it's just habanero, which it is, it's habanero and vinegar, he probably will try it. Try it on something. Rice pudding. Yeah, rice pudding is good. They don't really do rice pudding here in Thailand, but what they do is actually I think is even better is they grill sticky rice with banana in it or taro in it. And it's not really pudding. It comes out more like a glutinous bar. But probably one of the best snacks street food wise. There's a guy who comments about food on my videos all the time, and the street food in Thailand is phenomenal. But these street food snacks, like the what do you call the gloy kanyao gloy that's grilled with the banana leaf?
ข้าวเหนียวปิ้ง
Kanyao ping. Even if it's taro, you call it ping. You say like kanyao ping.
Ping is
gloy.
grill.
Oh, so kanyao ping gloy, kanyao ping.
อู say ข้าวเหนียวปิ้งไส้กล้วยไส้ is like filling
filling.
filling
Sai gloy. Oh,
ไส้เผือกไส้กล้วย
Put is
เผือ
taro.
ก
Puak.
เผือก
I always mess up taro.
เผือก
So I tried to get I always try to improve. I'm trying to improve my Thai quite a bit. I have an app called Learn Thai that has phrases. So I'm trying to like really improve my phrases so I can use them when I go out. And there's places that, especially in our neighborhood, because we're so local, that I can go to and just speak. It really work on my Thai if Jib's not with me. Because what happens is this: if it's just me, like the girl who I buy my vegetables from normally, my dinner vegetables, she speaks zero English at all. So, and she's gonna be 20, right? She can't be that old. Well, she's Thai. She could be
Maybe
like 40.
25.
I don't know. But
No,
she-
she's younger.
Yeah, she looks young, but she'll only speak Thai to me, and which is great. But a lot of times, like the other day, I was trying to get red onion. I couldn't remember the word for onion, and so but red, obviously, red is dang. So I'm trying to order I'm like dang, like a point at the onion, and she just had the little ones. But like those interactions are great because it forces me to really focus on my phrasing and my listening, because she speaks really fast. Even when she's talking to me, like she slows down, it's still really fast. I'm like, I can't quite catch it. But when Jib's with me, if I go to one of these markets, even if I speak to the vendor in Thai, they look at me when I'm speaking, and then they turn to Jib and answer in Thai. And but no, I'm here. Talk to me. Or if I speak in Thai, if I ask even something as simple as Tarai crop, like how much for this, they'll look at Jim like, Alina, like what? What'd your Farang say?
No. Fruit uncle will say the price,
Yeah.
but just reply to me.
Fruit uncle, but I don't go to the fruit uncle anymore.
No, not this one.
Oh.
The one in the market,
Oh,
like
yeah. No, that one's good. He talks to me, but he knows English a little bit, so like he'll always
not that uncle, other uncle.
Oh, other uncle. The no, I'm talking about the one up on 95, the super juicy fruit.
Oh,
Yeah, he knows a little bit of English, so he'll like if I ask like Tower I crop, he'll say 40 baht. But some of the marketplaces, it's just tough because if I have Jib with me, the other problem is that because I'm so big and so white and unique looking, they always remember me, and I'm the only white dude in the neighborhood, so they all know me. And so what will happen is if I'm there by myself and I ask something in Thai, they start looking around for Jib. They're like, oh, where's Jib? She's always with him. But where's your Thai girl? I don't see her anywhere. So this is weird because I want to talk about the time it was the Yum cart up on 17, right? We had just lived here like maybe a few months in Bangkok, and we're up at the 17 market, and we walk around, getting our dinner, and Jib stops to get a Thai dish called Yum, which is basically it's like Thai street fast food. So it's like instant noodles with a selection of like sausages and other seafood and meats, all thrown into a pot to boil together that everything has been boiling in. So like if you're the first person to get Yum that day, you have the least delicious bowl of Yum. But if you're there like 3 hours later and there's all this fat from all the other meats in there, you probably have the most delicious Yum, right? And so we're there, and so it takes a few minutes to make because it's dry instant noodles, and you throw it in the pot. It takes like probably a minute, 2 minutes to cook this, right? So Jib orders the Yum, and like you pick your meats, right? Like sausage, mussels, whatever.
I pick a squid.
No, but sausage. You just pick.
Yeah, you can order.
And so she picks. The girl throws it into the pot. It's boiling, and we have a little Jib and I have a conversation in English while this is going on. And so the woman can obviously tell that we're not speaking Thai. We're speaking English, and we were probably talking about something like just off the cuff, like nothing technical, nothing crazy,
just like a random thing, maybe something about market.
And so just like back and forth, real casual. And the woman starts to, when we finish, and I think I went to the Konom Croc auntie next to it, and I heard the woman talking to Jib, and she's like speaking to Jib with like so much admiration and like amazement in her voice. And Jib's just like, I can hear Jib's like ka and then say a few other things. And I came back, I'm like, what the lady from the Yum cart talk to you about? What's she saying? And she's like, she wanted to tell me how good my English was, and said that this is the skill that Thai women need to be successful. I'm like, what? What does she mean by successful? And Jim's like, I don't want to think about it. I just want to go home and eat, but I won't shop there again. I thought that was a hilarious interaction. You remember that?
Yes.
You-
It's just so weird that it's like the first time that I
yeah.
like ordered there and she talk to me like that. It's like,
Yeah. And now there's a older gentleman who sells fruit up on that soy as well. Who I used to get like mango and pineapple from. It's really the only two fruits he sells. Like I would diversify a bit more. He's got the same size fruit cart as everyone else, and all he sells is bitter mango and pineapple,
sour mango.
sour mango. But we don't buy from him anymore. He doesn't wear a mask. And the other day I was walking by and he was coughing all over the fruit while he was cutting it. I came home and told Jib, and she was like, "Oh, so Joe says I'll send Jib my white sauce. It's so good, real sauce." So what's in that white sauce? It's like is it like a cream based sauce?
This is like sesame.
It's for chicken. Oh, it could be sesame. Yeah, like a Japanese style white sauce. I don't know. Did Thais play mahjong? If so, what version? So I've never seen Thais playing mahjong, Steve, but I've seen it in Chinatown. They sell the sets in Chinatown.
Yeah, but not
Do you
like
call mahjong or you call something else, babe?
mahjong is like a small pieces, right?
The rectangular tiles.
Yeah.
And it has symbols and
Yeah, I saw it in a movie and my dad must know about it, but we not really like learn or try it here. Maybe some part in Chinatown, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm confident that in Chinatown they play because I see the sets,
They
the
might
mahjong
have
sets
somewhere that we don't know because we not like know that community.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's played here, specifically in Chinatown. But Thais have another tile game they play similar to dominoes, but with like some type of symbol on the tiles. I've seen them playing that like in Pachani Wet specifically when we lived there.
หมากรุก or chess?
No,
chess.
It's like just tiles, and the two of them will play together, and they like line their tiles up and play.
หมาก horse.
Maybe, but it's not mahjong for sure.
No, not
I think you need 4 to play mahjong, Steve.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I know your Twitter says that you're a mahjong fanatic. And actually, when I lived in Boston, I worked in Chinatown for a little while for a Chinese businessman. And one of the establishments that he owned was a mahjong parlor that was open above one of the late night Chinese restaurants. So there was this Chinese restaurant that would be open until like 5 a.m. And so like if you went out somewhere in downtown, you could go eat there afterwards. But above the restaurant was 2 floors of mahjong parlors. And you could go up there. It's like there's almost like a club, like someone at the door. You had to like know someone who invited
Maybe we
you
have
to get
it
in.
Like in Chinatown.
I'm sure it's in Chinatown like that because there are definitely I've seen people playing in Chinatown as well, like just old people playing on the side of the soy, like the alley between the townhouses. So it's definitely a thing. And you see the sets like when we go to I don't know if it's Chinatown where we bought like the wax and the bombs and everything. Is that Chinatown?
Still considered as Chinatown.
So that's where I've seen the sets for sale. And they just have like stacks of like the mahjong sets. But yeah, it's definitely here. His sauce is just hot. So it's a vinegar-based white sauce. So what makes it white? If is the vinegar white? Is that what it is? Or there's just nothing to change the color? Is there something that gives it like a white color, Joe? Oh, so here Steve says Chinese and Japanese play different versions. Philippines too. Yes, 4 to play. So I would imagine if that's the versions, Chinese, Japanese, and Filipino, I would imagine the version you'll find here in Bangkok, Steve, is the Chinese version. Just because of the heavy Chinese population, especially Thai Chinese and like Chinese immigrants in general. If you're into that Japanese version, though, there may be in, I guess, Ekamai and Prompong are the big Japanese neighborhoods, babe.
Yeah, Japanese like Tonglo.
เอกมัย more than ทองหล่อ no ไหม
เอกมัยพร้อมพงษ์ and พระโขนง
พระโขนง oh พระโขนง also oh yeah I guess because Jay's pool that he goes to is all Japanese all the
so they live
Japanese
like
milfs
this side of the Sukhumvit like not like on a Chatuchak not really
yeah most Chinatowns in the US have illicit clubs for mahjong yeah I'm not going to say the one that the guy I worked for ran was illicit but it's possible. It definitely wasn't advertised or known. You had to go up through the kitchen to get to the stairs. So maybe it was, maybe, I don't know. I just thought it was a unique entryway. I thought it was just hard to get to, bad design, but it was always full. And definitely a lot of money changing hands up there for sure. Definitely a lot of money changing hands. A dry cream. I feel like we're getting into like, I don't know if we're still talking about an actual hot sauce or something else here, Joe. What are we discussing? Jib's face. So yeah, I know obviously San Francisco and New York must have something. The Chinatown in San Francisco is insanely big, and it's like a whole section of San Francisco. Actually, I've just been watching season 2 of a show called Warrior on HBO Max. Which takes place during the Tang Wars in the late 1800s, early 1900s in San Francisco's Chinatown. If you're into martial arts, it's a great show. In acting, everything like that. Yeah, so this is Soy 31 and 33, very Japanese. Yeah, 31 is Prompong? Prompong?
about like a between Asok and Prom Pong
Chai.
I think
31, 33. I think it's Prompong. No, because Asok is 23 now.
Asok 21
21, 23.
so it's between it. It's
Chai.
not like
So, Steve, which version do you play? Chinese, Japanese, or Filipino? Since those are the three main ones you said. So, the three versions. So he says you'll like this white vinegar sauce that he makes.
okay.
Spicy. You try with chicken. Grilled chicken or fried chicken, Joe? Because what's the sauce they serve with fried chicken here? It's like a vinegar-based chili sauce as well.
Fried chicken law. It's like a sweet sauce.
Oh,
Like
so
the
it's not
clear
vinegar?
sweet- a little, but it's like sweet.
Oh, 'cause it always just looks like, because I never tried it. It just looks like vinegar and chili to me.
No, it's like it's sweet. You should try it next
Okay.
time.
All right, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Gross. So he says try it with grilled chicken.
Okay, grilled chicken we can get from Somtam Auntie.
Yeah. Yeah, something. Oh, yeah, her chicken always looks really good.
Mm.
Yeah, you remember we bought the whole chicken there before and you ate it for like a week.
I just finished it yesterday.
Oh, was that the last of it? That was from that?
Like in the freezer.
Oh, wow. How was it after all that time frozen?
Not delicious as eat
Get
it
it fresh.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we do a whole one, have to have a
My-
jam here.
Just half of
No, say if we get a whole one, it has to be when jam is there. So, okay, so Steve plays the, he'll send it with a secret aardvark. Nice. Thank you, Joe. We'll do an unboxing and live taste testing on the live stream with that. So, he plays Chinese, which is 14 tiles. So,
I
So-
don't know.
so I've, again, because I was around it a bit in Chinatown in Boston when I worked for this guy. And then, I've seen it a few other times. So if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like you get an initial, and Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know, but I believe you get an initial dealing of cards, so of tiles. Like they mix them up in the middle, as I remember. And then you get your initial draw, whatever it is, 14 tiles, however many. And then each tile has like a set to it, like a suit, I guess. And then you have to play your tiles against other people to try to create. I don't know if the point is to get rid of your tiles or if there's a point system. I just remember seeing people like put their tiles out on the table to play against other positions. And of course, I know the the single person version that used to play on Windows back in the day. It was like the mahjong version of solitaire. So I don't know if it's if that's real or not, if that's just some made up game to make white people with Windows PCs feel Asian. Make me feel cultured as a white dude. Like there's just a stack of tiles. You have to click and eliminate the tiles.
Just match,
Yeah.
pair.
Yes, I don't even know how to play. I just randomly click shit until it went away.
Huh?
But yeah, I remember seeing like people play, and I remember like when they would start a new game, everyone would throw their tiles back into the middle, and they'd mix them up, and then they would draw their tiles back, and they'd put them down in sets or something. Try to create hands, I guess. So run it down in the comments for us, Steve. How's it? Am I close? How's it played? And then can there be more than one winner? So like when you play with 4 people, does one person win like the whole pot of cash, or is there like a second place? Because I don't know.
Maybe now Steve has an headache. Try to explain to you.
Yeah, right. He's like, damn, dude. There's a thing called Google, Dana. Use it. You go on YouTube and search how to play mahjong.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's typing in the comments right now. And you have the concept down. It's really no different than gin rummy, only with tile. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Now he's going to take the comment. Go on YouTube and watch. Yeah, I think that's it looks like a fun game. And like I said, I remember the one thing about the parlors in Boston, in the Chinatown in Boston, and this was in the early 2000s, everyone in these parlors is smoking. And because there's old buildings in Chinatown in Boston, is like the most disgusting thing, like poor ventilation. And like it's all men, like no women playing mahjong at these parlors at all. Yeah. You have the concept. It's a very social game. 5 hours is 5 hours to play one game, or that's multiple games over 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah. Imagine that's insane. 5 hours. If that's one game, that's crazy.
I cannot tolerate that time.
1
2
winner per game.
hours for movie. That's enough for me.
Yeah. It's going to be a good workout mentally. If you think about it, like if you're strategizing for 5 hours, trying to beat 3 other people who are strategizing against you, that could be interesting, like from a mental perspective, like the ability to do that. But from the perspective of like, I'm going to play this for 5 hours, that's crazy. Jib's like, no, not going to happen. And 1 winner per game. So yeah, if all the cash on hand goes to one person, I mean that could be some definitely big money games.
That's a gambling.
Yeah, no, not gambling. It's you're paying a fee to play the game. That's like a tournament style, right? Like my buddy Greg, again, Greg Maganch, who's in the chat sometimes. He plays poker competitively, and he plays online, but he also plays in person. And what he does is he'll fly to Vietnam and play in tournaments. So he was explaining to me that it's illegal to gamble in Vietnam, but you can pay a fee to enter the tournament and win a cash prize. So there could be like 200 people in the tournament, and the first person gets X amount. So like the top 10 positions or top 15 positions might pay a cash prize. So like that's legal, but gambling, like sitting at a table and playing cards for cash, is illegal.
Okay.
But to enter a tournament and pay a fee.
So it's a fixed amount of money that everyone will pay to get into the game. It's okay with that.
I don't think that's how it worked in Chinatown in Boston, but I mean, you could maybe gambling, maybe not. All right, so multiple games. Each game is around 20 minutes. Okay, so you'll play for 5 hours.
But then you cannot leave it.
Yeah. Imagine if you leave, someone's gonna cut you. I saw a guy get stabbed once at the Boston mahjong place. Yeah. At a weekend, a big weekend thing, and a little fight broke out between 2 old guys, and one Chinese guy stabbed another one. He stabbed him in like the arm. It was like the worst knife attack ever. No, not even to the body. Stabbed him in the arm.
For what? Arms is nothing.
Yeah, no, I think he missed. He was trying to stab him somewhere important, and he just ended up stabbing him in the bicep. But the knife was like in his bicep.
Okay.
Yeah, it did not look good.
That's hurt, but
Yeah.
like chance to get the lung leak better
Yeah.
or
Oh,
here.
someone hit. What's that? Oh, I thought I heard someone outside. So you get the secret aardvark sauce on February 10th. Nice. That's a long time to ship it. Must be back ordered. You nailed it. In China, the government promotes mahjong for seniors to keep their mind sharp. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like Jib and I were, we should get back to doing Sudoku puzzles against each other again at lunchtime.
When I beat you
So
and you hate
I
that,
beat you one time.
1 out of 4.
1 out of 5. No. So I guess 2 if you count the 5th game. Right? Because the 4 that we did, I beat you once. But then the first game we did, I beat you. But we were doing different puzzles.
No, we do the same.
No, the first time.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because we use the different books.
Okay.
But yeah, I love Sudoku. But yeah, the mahjong. I mean, it sounds fun. I mean, I think those are the type of things that do keep your mind sharp and keep you healthy and happy. Especially if it's very social, like you said. That there's a great book called the Blue Zones. It's called the Blue Zone Diet, I think, or Blue Zone. It's about areas in the world where people live past 100 more frequently than other spots. And one of the things that all of those communities had in common was a social aspect to it, where people get together and socialize, and it kept their mind and active, and it kept them happy. And there was really there was similarities in in the macronutrients of their diet, but no specific ingredient in their diet, which the book was really about, like looking at the diet. But the other aspect of these things were the strong sense of community. So in Okinawa has a lot of centenarians, and they have this big sort of community thing, and they even have like the special term in Japanese for these lifelong friends that Okinawans become, like they're friends since like grade school and all the way through retirement age. And then Sardinia has something very similar, where they have these very social lunches and dinners. And another place in Chile where they had these very social communities amongst farmers. And it's funny, is the vegan, talking about it, the only vegetarian group in the Centenarian Blue Zones were the Seventh-day Adventist. Everyone else, and I didn't realize this about Okinawa, I always thought they ate a lot of fish. Their actual primary protein's pork, and that they make this pork soup where they stew the pork for days. They like slow simmer it. Poker tournaments, sign you up. Yeah, when you're here, I'll hook you up with Magan. She'll take you out to Vietnam for like a 3-day, 4-day tournament.
If Greg can come back.
Yeah, well, he'll be back. I'm confident. He wants us to call his apartment again so he can pay rent through August. He said he's going to transfer cash, and he'll let us know when to call. Not through August, through April. I get stabbed with a fork in the face.
Huh?
I get stabbed once. It's not fun. It's mostly like you got to worry about infection.
In the face? It's like...
I didn't get stabbed in the face.
No.
With a fork. I think he's talking about feeding himself.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he really did get stabbed.
I thought it's like...
Joe's poker tournaments are intense. Yeah, the ones in Vietnam that Greg told me about could be like hundreds of people come from all over Asia to play these tournaments.
Whoa.
Well, from Southeast Asia, right? Because Vietnam's easy to get to.
Shy, with like a Southeast Asia passport, you don't have to pay any fee. You just fly there, and like you can stay like a month or longer. It's depend on countries.
Americans don't pay for visa to Vietnam either, I think. Oh no, we do. I had to buy a visa to go to Vietnam, and then we didn't go.
You can pay like a visa on arrival, I think.
It's $17.
So
I think it was $17 to do
I
online.
remember Indonesia also.
No, Indonesia, I didn't need one.
Huh?
I don't think I needed one for Indonesia.
I don't know, but I saw like white people line up to pay something extra.
Not all white people are American, Ben.
I don't know, the guy who I talk, like maybe he's from like Europe.
In Vietnam, in the Philippines, I think I had to have a visa. Like a visa on arrival, but I don't think I had to pay.
Or maybe just a different like boots separate, like Asian
Yeah.
and then others.
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh shit! Joe's grandfather lived to 112.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
wow, that's good number.
But was he healthy the whole time? That's the key. Like, what's the quality of life
Yeah.
going into the centenarian years? Right. That's what I worry. Like, I'm convinced like people who are like our age now, like in our 40s, have a very high probability of living to 100. Right. But is the medical care or medical science going to be good enough to keep us to, get us to 100, 110 with our brains intact and our bodies able to like keep up with day-to-day life?
Let's see.
Or are we going to be like Idiocracy where we drink electrolytes
No.
all day long,
No.
juicing up the electrolytes to keep us going? Not quite. Someone stabbed me. They thought I was someone else. Oh God, Joe.
Oh.
Joe, are you letting people stab you? I love. So I used to do a lot of like knife training, like way back in the day. Jib keeps trying to find me a good school or a good master to teach me Krabi Krabang, but we always end up finding someone who teaches the dance form, not the martial arts form.
Yeah, it's a performance.
Yeah, and I just want to hit people with swords.
Do you know that we don't really use swords now?
I know, but you can still use for training. I like the I also like, I don't know if you guys have seen the chopping competitions where the guys have those big chopping knives and they just chop stuff. There's a circuit of that in Thailand I want to try, but the knives are like crazy expensive, like $1,000, which is why I'm like, I don't need $1,000 knife
Keep your
to
fingers.
chop stuff. I'm not trying to chop my fingers off. You chop like rope and wood and stuff.
Accident can happen.
He fell off a ladder. He was a sharp till the end. Wow. That's great. I mean, if you can live a long time and you're happy and your mind is good, that's fantastic. My grandfather lived into his 80s and the last decade of his life struggled mentally. Like would forget where he was, he grew up speaking French. He was from Quebec. And he wouldn't speak English because he just thought he was speaking French. And there was one time he drove his car somewhere and forgot where he was and left his car and walked like 10 miles to a mall and called my uncle to come get him. And, so there's, losing your mind, losing your faculties as you age is probably one of the scariest things. My father died so young. He died in his 50s that, is like he never really had time to develop those mental issues. So I don't know what my future holds. Hopefully brain science will be at a point where we can be okay.
Just keep healthy.
Yeah. Keep taking all the drugs for my brain. I have an anti-aging drug regimen and Jib's like take like 30 pills a day.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Jib looks like she's 20. I'm over here taking like 30 pills a day to keep my body young.
I just eat food, regular food.
Regular food. Yeah. Me too. I eat regular food. You always say that I have the wrinkles because of the way I...
Okay, we do the same.
Jib never moves her forehead, right? She just... but I'll like Jib will like come over. I'll be reading and I'll like my face all scrunched up. She's like, "What are you doing? You're just reading. You don't need to have." Yeah, and she'll press on my head to like take away the wrinkles. She's like, "You don't need to do that with your face. You're just reading. Like, stop that." Look at Tiger Muay Thai MMA training camp Phuket, Thailand. I'll be there for 56 days. Ooh. Really nice. I have a lot of friends who trained at Tiger. Probably the best camp.
I think it's nice weather there too. Like you will enjoy the food and the weather and the beach there. You'll be happy.
They have it's like a full service thing, right? They have a restaurant on the at the camp. So and they have like vacation packages. You can buy everything. Like you live on the camp, you eat their food, you train there. Like
the air quality there is better than Bangkok.
Air quality there is great in there. And I'll tell you the quality of training as well. Like George Hickman, the Hickman brothers are coaches there. But George Hickman, their head coach, is absolutely fantastic. I've seen him turn around fighters' careers when they go to train with him. So like people who just didn't look great, who are training at other high-level gyms, go and train at Tiger under George and under the Hickman brothers. Alex Schild is one of the coaches there as well. These guys are all fantastic instructors and coaches. They have a strength and conditioning program. Just a lot of like guys who go there just become like, you're surrounded by other people who are putting in the work and who are striving to be great, and everyone just has to elevate their game. There was a girl from Australia named Hui, or I forget Hua, H-U or U-H. She's Vietnamese, but she's Australian, but like Vietnamese heritage. And I saw her fight in Phuket when she was training at AKA. And she just did not look like a good fighter. She didn't look like promising at all. Like she had some athletic ability, but not much fighting skill. She left AKA Thailand and went to train at Tiger Muay Thai. And she ended up getting signed to like one championship on OWS. Ooh. And she ended up losing. I think the last fight I saw, she lost, but not because she sucked. I mean, it was just a tough fight. And she has looked good every fight since she went to Tiger. She looked phenomenal, better and better every time. And she's just an absolute monster since then. So like if you're going to Tiger, I mean, I think that's even just to work out and train. I think that's a great place to be.
Should I buy a package for you too?
You go down there for 56 days on. It's a long time. I can't be away from work.
Oh, true.
Jib looks 17.
Thank you.
But she's not. Let's be very clear. She's
40.
not 17. 40. 40 this year.
Chai.
Yeah. Not 40 yet. Still 39. But yeah, Jib, especially when she's in her school uniform, it's very easy for people to assume I'm a dirty old man, but I'm not. Yeah, I have more forehead. Yeah, for sure. I have the forehead, the 5 head, the 6 head, and I'm starting to develop the 7 head in the back here. Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah. I don't mind being bald. It doesn't bother me. It's just hair.
Bruce Willis style.
Yeah.
I like.
I'll be going to combat group, Tiger Muay Thai, boxing, and weight loss camp for the first 100. That's awesome, man. Are you gonna take a fight? Or are you just going to lose weight? Or are you gonna actually fight someone? Because if you want to fight 2 midgets, I can talk to John Nutt and we can get you a fight on Full Metal Dojo. Or if you want to fight like the guy who sells kebabs at Tiger Muay Thai, the kebab king of Phuket, he fought. He did the 2-on-1 fight last time. He went the distance.
Or Tiger.
Tiger at Tiger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because John lives down in Phuket now most of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Fairtex in Pattaya is another great gym too. They have like a whole resort at the Fairtex gym in Pattaya, Joe. And it's a beautiful hotel.
It's
they
like
got a nice
hotel,
pool.
like you stay in a hotel and train with them.
Yeah, and all the guys who work at the hotel, they'll wear like a white button-up shirt and like Fairtex fight shorts. But yeah, you live in the hotel, and the gym, the whole Fairtex facility is on the first floor of the hotel, and like Stamp Fairtex trains there. Yat Kai Gai,
Gai Gao,
Yat Kai Gao, Y2K, Y2K. Who is an absolute Y2K is an absolute monster of a human being. We saw him fight like 6 years ago? 7 years ago?
No, 5 maybe.
Did he fight? He fought at FMD, but didn't he also fight in the parking garage fights at?
I don't know.
Ranks it?
I didn't see that.
Or maybe he cornered someone there. But recently he beat Alex Schild in a 1FC fight.
Oh, he fight on FC?
Yeah, and
the one that banned you?
Yeah, that's another story. But yeah, he chopped away Alex's legs to the point where Alex like couldn't even stand.
Because he's like he trained Muay Thai before. Like Muay Thai, you like to kick.
Yeah.
And kick like leg or knee.
Hard.
Kick hard. Like yeah.
But beating Alex is no small feat. Alex is a fantastic fighter. But one of the things that I thought was crazy is that Y2K did really good on the ground against Alex. Like he wasn't out positioning Alex, but he was able to get away from Alex, like get out of his guard
Wow.
or reverse some positions.
Okay.
I was really impressed. I was blown away because you know Alex is phenomenal on the ground. Like usually you see him take someone
Or
down.
Maybe I can buy like a package for Valentine's Day for you. Training with Y2K
Y2K
for like 2 days.
no, then maybe I can't walk for 10. Train 2 days, cripple for 10. I don't think they'll let me because of my neck. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I happen to know firsthand that the health checks in Thailand for fights maybe are not that serious, Joe. But if you have an injured neck, I definitely would not, especially Muay Thai or MMA, just because of all the clinching and that your neck really could be hurt. But I know for a fact that a promoter once wanted to let 2 guys fight, even though they tested positive for hepatitis. He's like, "I'll just let them fight each other. They both tested positive. They'll fight each other. No one has to worry about it." Jib remembers this conversation. So yeah, maybe don't fight in Thailand. Not the greatest thing. And actually, that conversation, the whole thing was that, in Muay Thai they don't check for hepatitis anyway. Are we taking selfie while we live streaming?
No, send to phone.
So you're gonna send Jib sending to her classmates a selfie from the live stream.
Yeah.
But you want me to take from my side?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I know for a fact that you definitely wouldn't want to be just taking any random fight just because of the blood issue. Anyway, guys, so it's 11 o'clock. I think we're gonna wrap up this live stream. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with us. Gotta love Thailand, Joe, Steve, Hate the Player, Hate the Game, Mike's, Born Nomad Productions. Who else stopped by? I think I got everyone who popped in. Oh, Hate the Player, Hate the Game, Patrick out in Dallas with the snow. Guys, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Joe, thank you for the package, for letting us unbox it here in Bangkok. Oh, he's going to learn Krabi Krabang. Yeah, they do teach it at Tiger down in Phuket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Tiger, they teach Krabi Krabang. I broke it 2 times. Broke his neck 2 times. Damn.
What?
Okay. That's a story for another time. When you're here in Bangkok, I'll have you come on. We'll do a live stream. You can tell about how you broke your neck twice. I'm assuming as a airborne medic in the Army, but perhaps some other way. Born Nomad Productions, man, thanks for coming by, dude. Enjoy. It's probably late lunch for you down there in Oz at the moment. All right, guys, we're going to get to work. Have a great day. Until next time, keep taking action. Make your ideas reality.